the Mets, meet the Mets. Step right up and greet the Mets. Bring your kiddies, bring your wife. Guaranteed to have the time of your life, because the Mets are really socking the ball, knocking those home runs over the wall. East side, west side, everybody's coming down to meet the METS Mets of New York town. Oh, the butcher and the baker and the people on the streets, where do they go? To meet the Mets! Oh, they're hollering and cheering and they're jumping in their seats. Where do they go? To meet the Mets! All the fans are true to the orange and blue, so hurry up and come on down, 'cause we got ourselves a ball club, the Mets of New York town. Give 'em a yell, give 'em a hand, and let 'em know you're rooting in the stand. Come on and meet the Mets, meet the Mets. Step right up and greet the Mets. Bring your kiddies, bring your wife. Guaranteed to have the time of your life, because the Mets are really socking the ball, knocking those home runs over the wall. East side, west side, everybody's coming down to meet the METS Mets of New York town, of New York town. Meet the Mets, meet the Mets. Step right up and greet the Mets. Bring your kiddies, bring your wife. Guaranteed to have the time of your life, because the Mets are really socking the ball, knocking those home runs over the wall. East side, west side, everybody's coming down to meet the METS Mets of New York town. Oh, the butcher and the baker and the people on the streets, where do they go?
What's up, Mets fans? Welcome to the Mets Watch Party live right here on the channel and on X, and of course on Twitch as well. How you doing, Met fans? Happy 4th of July to all fans out there as the Mets take on the New York Yankees at CitiField on this 4th of July and 4th of July weekend series for some bragging rights in New York and of the boroughs. But there is a lot of conversation between Mets and Yankee fans, and it's not the back and forth that we're used to. It is kind of our own individual issues that have been the topic of conversations over the last couple of weeks. Mets played like crap, Yankees played like crap, and we're both coming into this series not playing extremely well, as the Yankees got swept 4 games against the Toronto Blue Jays, just knocked out of first place, and the Mets, before this last series against the Brewers, got embarrassed and been embarrassing over the last couple of weeks. So both teams are spiraling, and you hope that your team finds a way to pick themselves up and get off the mat. You seem like the Mets did that over the series against the Brewers, the last 2 games of the series, as they took 2 out of 3 against the Brewers, who were one of the hottest teams in baseball, but you just never know. So make sure you hit that like button, guys. I will be hanging out with you guys through the entire watch party, through the entire game. Obviously, you'll have the score, you'll have the balls and strikes, outs, innings, and all that fun stuff. You can keep in mind that you don't have to listen. You can watch, you can listen, whatever you want to do. Obviously, everything you need is here on your screen. Obviously, you'll have the play-by-play of SNY rolling during the game. During commercial break, we'll talk and break it down as quickly as possible. and we'll watch the game, and hopefully you'll be happy if you're a Mets fan, and the Yankee fans are sad. But overall, guys, make sure you hit that like button, guys. I'm not sure if the comments are working, to be quite honest with you. So if you guys are watching right now, if you want to say something in the comments, I appreciate it so I can actually see if it's working, because it wasn't working properly in pregame about less than an hour ago. It wasn't making me see a lot of the comments, but if you guys are on the stream right now, just hit that like button and comment something, say what's up, and let me know if you're a Mets or a Yankees fan, because I know both will probably show up. Just want to get a feel for if the comments are working in this stream. But this is the way it looks when I do watch parties. I changed it up from a couple of years ago, as I kind of did watch parties nearly every day 2 seasons ago. But it's been crazy over the last year and a half. As you guys know, I moved, so it's been a lot of back and forth trying to figure things out. Once I get everything ready to go and figure things out, we'll be all right. All right, so we got Isaac, we got Irresistible Chicken Sandwich, all good. So that's a good sign. That is a great sign. Now all we need is when the game starts, the volume will come up, and I will shut my mouth, and you guys can listen, watch, do whatever you want to do during the game. Obviously, we'll have conversations in the chat while the game is playing and while the play-by-play is going on. So I always love doing this. This is a lot of fun. Stefan, that's right. Again, live. It's going to be three live streams today. You're going to do pre-game, watch party, and post-game. The post-game will probably be about a half hour after the game. I set it for 7 o'clock only because this game should end by 7 o'clock hopefully it ends by 7 o'clock. If not, we're going well into extra innings. But it would be nice to I want to do a post-game as well, win or lose, because I don't hide from losses. But just want to get a feel of, doing 3 streams in a day, get everybody rolling here for this 4th of July weekend. We're less than a month away from the trade deadline. So I think it's important to be available to you guys as much as possible, especially this month, as this is probably the most important month for any baseball team that's trying to be a contender here. Finding out your needs, what is the most important holes you have to fill at the deadline. And it's coming up rather quickly, guys. We're getting to the All-Star break about a week away, a week and a half away from the All-Star break. And then we got the trade deadline. So it's going to be very interesting, but I want to be as available as possible for you guys. I just want to let you know that on the community page on the channel, guys, you can comment on the community post. Even if I don't post, you can put something on the community page and post as like interactions with me. So you don't have to wait for a live stream or a video to comment. You can just go right on and they're showing a fan that has a half Yankee jersey, half Mets jersey. That is Soto. Throw him out, please. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But I just happened to peek up and I saw it. I'm like, wow. Okay. So listen, guys, on the community page, on my channel, if you go to my channel, you go to the community page, you're allowed to post. Even if I don't post nothing on that community page, you can just say what's up. You can voice your opinions, what you want to talk about with the Mets. If I'm not live, I don't have a video going, you guys can post something, interact. You not just interact with me, but anybody else who comments on those posts. So it's a nice little area of YouTube where you can basically have a conversation without being live or on a video through comments. You can just go to the community page and post what you like. And as soon as somebody posts on the community page, I get the notification, and I'll try to respond as quickly as possible. But it's gonna be a lot of fun with these new ideas that YouTube is coming out with to interact more with your subscribers, your members, and all that fun stuff. I'm working on the membership. I know it's been taking a lot longer, but I want to get this right. I don't want to change memberships again. I want to have a one price, one size fits all, one price, and everybody gets what they get as a member. I'm trying to figure out that all. I've been going through a lot of different ways of doing it. I don't want to, have a high price, or, and it's just silly. I don't think you should overpay for stuff like that. And, because it is an honor to you guys to actually spend your hard-earned money to subscribe or even be a member of the channel. So I want perks involved with that. And if it's a little bit more, you can be damn sure there'll be a lot more perks with the cost of the membership. So I'm working on, like t-shirts, giveaways for members and all that stuff. And, doing weekly videos of series of recaps for series during the week and all that fun stuff. So I want to make sure I got everything in order. So when that membership price does go live and the memberships go live, everybody would have an opportunity to do it. So, and I want to make sure that everybody gets, their money's worth. That's the whole idea with that. So fans should give Stroman a warm-up walk because he's been back a couple of times already with different teams. So I don't really care. It doesn't bother me. He never wanted to be a Met. He basically made that clear when the Mets traded for him, 2019. And then when on his way out, he had a bad mouth the Mets organization, so he can go to hell. Like, yeah, it would be nice, give him a warm welcome and boo his ass, but are you really concerned about Marcus Stroman? Like, he might pitch good against us, who the hell knows, but I'm not too worried about it. I'd just rather, go out there and win a ball game. To be honest, I don't care about Marcus Stroman, right? If the rotation was healthy for the Yankees, he would be either in the bullpen or off this team. So, he's a fringe starter at best, and he would be a rotation starter on a bad team. So circumstances have him being in this rotation with the Yankees, and so be it. But overall, guys, we got Marcus Stroman on the mound for the Yankees. We got Justin Hageman for the Mets, and we'll see how this goes because the pitching matchups clearly don't side on the Mets side of things here. But let me just go through the lineups before the game starts in a few minutes. As I would like to have lineups up here and all that stuff, but there is so much space I can deal with. But I am going to change the scoreboard. I'm going to make the scoreboard much smaller and probably low to either the top or the bottom of the screen. And I want to get the lineups up there so everybody can have the lineups throughout the whole game. But here's the lineups for the Yankees and the Mets. Obviously, we'll start with the Mets first. As it's the lineup that we've seen over the last couple of days. We got Nimmo leading off, Lindor playing batting second, Juan Soto batting third, Alonso batting fourth, McNeil batting fifth, Torrens batting sixth, Beatty batting seventh, Mauricio batting eighth, and Tyrone Taylor batting ninth. With the Yankees, it is Dominguez leading off, Judge batting second, Bellinger batting third, Stanton batting fourth, Chisholm batting fifth, Goldschmidt batting sixth, Escara batting seventh, Volpe batting eighth, and LeMahieu batting ninth. So those are your lineups for the Mets and the Yankees as the game gets started in a few minutes. But overall, guys, look, there's no fan base that should be confident going into this series, right? The only confidence that I believe Yankee fans should have is that they have Rodon and Fried going in this series. That's it. It's been a crazy go of it for a couple of weeks now. The Yankees offense, the Mets offense have struggled, even though I talked about in the pregame that the Yankees offense had scored runs in the Toronto series. They were scoring runs. They were just getting outscored by the Blue Jays. So that just shows you that, Yankees pitching has, taken a step back as well, along with injuries and just not pitching well. With the Mets, we talked about this offense all year. We're on game 89 in the season. We're a week and a half away from the All-Star break, and the Mets offense still hasn't been consistent. And you hope that the last two games against the Brewers have shown signs of that. The change of the lineup, the Nimmo leading off, Lindor second, has changed things. Maybe it's just the mindset. Who knows? But it doesn't matter. They got to get the job done. So we'll see how it goes. I'm not going to be, confident in this series because I don't think we have great pitching matchups going. Unless this offense really takes it off to the next level, the only way I can see the Mets winning a game, let alone 2 out of 3. And if it's a sweep, great, but that's going to take a lot of work from the offense. And I think this offense has to win the series for the Mets. If the offense does not, in my opinion, doesn't score 5 runs per game, they won't win this series. They won't win a game in this series, in my opinion. I don't think this is going to be a low-scoring game or a low-scoring series. I think this is going to be a high-scoring series. Now, it's weird because high-scoring series you probably favor the Yankees, but if it's a high-scoring game and a close game, the Yankees have been absolutely terrible in close games, regardless if it's a low-scoring game or a high-scoring game. They've just been terrible in close games, as the Mets have been pretty good this year with in close games, except for this last 3-week stretch of games, even though they still have been pretty good again in close games. They just been having an outscored in games by way too much. When you score an average of 3 runs per game over this 3.5-week stretch and you'd be giving up nearly 6 runs per game, you're not going to win a lot of ball games. So this is a time for the offense to take control of a series. This is what we've been talking about. I talked about it. Chris talked about it. Zach talked about it. Hector talked about it. Hayden talked about it. Every Mets content creator has talked about this. It needs to be a time for the New York Mets offense to dominate and take control over a series. The pitching needs this more than ever right now. If the Mets want to play around and play, basically, who's next on this list of bad pitchers that are going to start for this team and be in the bullpen and not actually do the right thing and bring up your top pitching prospects, well, you need your offense to do the job. So we shall see. Yeah, Mike, I don't even think it's about Freedom Rodon being off the game. I just feel like the fact that I think this Mets offense can hit anybody. It's just that, their top four has never done it together in a game or a series. We never talked about all four of these guys just, lighting the scoreboard up together. It's been, Lindor, Alonso. It's been Soto, Nimmo. Right? It's never been three or even four of these guys that have been going at the same time. This lineup, if four of those guys are working, I'm not saying be red hot at the same time. You can have guys that are doing well and guys that are red hot combined. And this lineup should be fine, right? We're talking about Torrens. We're talking about Beatty. We're talking about Mauricio and McNeil because the top four guys in a lineup aren't doing this together. And this was the whole situation of why this offense has been so inconsistent. It's because of the fact that they have not done it together. And you hope it takes a series like this to wake them the hell up, or even starting the last two games of the Brewers series, the last two games, that it changed their mindset here, that when those four guys work together as an offense and do well, they're hard to beat. They really are. You don't need great pitching to win ball games in a regular season. You need quality pitching with the offense, especially with an offense that was supposed to carry this team this year. It's about time they do so. So the game's about to start, guys, and I'm going to put the volume up. Make sure in the comments you let me know if you can hear the stream, the play-by-play, and of course I'll have the scores and everything that's going on during the game on your screen. So here we go, guys. Mets Yankees Subway Series, 4th of July, national pastime on this Independence Day. Here we go, guys, and let's go Mets.
I tell you, the second game that double header was probably. I mean, it's very rare we get to do these weekend games, so I'm very excited.
I can't remember a Mets Yankees weekend series where all three games were on SNY.
Right. Awesome.
Screw is ready. Yankees took 2 out of 3 in the first series. In the middle game, Diaz struck out Aaron Judge in 9th inning to seal the deal. Monday starting lineup for the Yankees. Only the second time this year Jason Dominguez has led off, but he's been a hot bat, so he gets that leadoff spot. Holt's been dropped to 6th. He has been struggling after it.
Game's about to start. It's supposed to start at 3:10, but it's a little bit delayed for whatever reason. But you got Hageman warming up right now with the Father's Day hat. Sorry, the 4th of July hat, as all the teams are wearing it today.
In that game, he looked outstanding.
Now he's pitching 6 innings. Have a 1.5 ERA. Isn't terrible, but this is his first start here. We'll see what he can do here. Big spot for him. At the very least, we need him to give us 5 innings. All right, here we go, guys. Game about to start.
The Genesis defense for him with a beautiful throw last night. We know he's got great pop time and an accurate, strong arm. It was a deciding factor in that game last night for the Met win. And out in the outfield, Tyrone Taylor and Nimmo and Soto. This is really the best defensive outfield for the Metropolitans, or Metsies, whatever you want to call them.
The new York Mets. Just to take it from the first big league start, his first pitch is low to Jason Dominguez right away. Dominguez with the last 21 games of 348. Just that stuff. David, his third big league appearance. His first start at age 28. Last time that a Met starting pitcher made his first big league start in the Mets Yankees game, 10 Jacobs and robbed. That was in 2014. One day after Lafayette, Montero did the same.
Right. So Justin, the Jersey guy, Penn State, and now here at 28 years old, making his debut. Not debut, mentioned debut as a start.
A lot of baseball big names have been out of Penn State.
Ooh, Dominguez hit that ball right off his left knee. Ouch.
Got him on the knee, so running backs and linebackers is what I think for Penn State.
Like Sosha. Could have been a linebacker with a different line. 1-2 comes. Ends up in it. They did have a Hall of Famer from Penn State, Sean Montgomery Ward, but that was in the 1890s.
Did he own the department store?
Mickey Ball down. Hey, one problem is that final base this year, and a lot of runs. 42 innings, 11 home runs allowed in AAA. Still a lot of strikes, as Ronnie said, and sometimes burn. And then Dominguez
That's gone.
Jason Dominguez leads off the first inning with a home run. And the Yankees get an instant 1-0 lead. 7th home run of the year for Dominguez.
That's not a good start.
Both of all issues follow up to the big league.
So we got 3 and 2 and threw a fastball away. Good credit to Dominguez going with the pitch. We had too much play. And down. The pitch ball carrying the left center field was right there at center field.
First from the big off home run for Dominguez.
That's not a good start for Hageman.
Now Aaron Judge. Takes a mighty rip and Judge ball up in the block. Oh, that is a mighty rip. And then open. 31 home runs, 70 runs batted in. Leads the American League in virtually every other offensive category: on base percentage, slugging percentage, extra base hits, runs scored, walks, intentional walks. Goes after Slider at 4-2.
Last 24 plate appearances. He's reached base safely 18 times.
How many walks? And intentional. Well, the Blue Jays walked him intentionally 5 times in that 4-game series, just included in Toronto, which has swept that series to soar past the Yankees in the first place in the AL East. See how wide a margin Judge has there. How about his numbers against fastballs? His OPS against fastballs 1464. Which is more than 300 points higher than anybody else in the game.
Oh boy, that's gone. See ya.
Back-to-back home runs by Dominguez and Judge to start the afternoon.
Well, that's not a good start.
32 for Judge, and it's 2-0 Yankees.
Well, don't Stearns deserve this? I mean,
Concerned about pitching, it could not have gotten off to a worse start.
Tried to come inside, Ron.
I mean, he had Judge fooled on sliders, and he throw a fastball right down the middle. Like that doesn't make. Yeah, this would Stearns put them in this position with the pitching.
I was going to get through 9 innings today. Even very quickly, just the change of it for strike 22.
Pulls those hands in. Yep. Right off, it's off the bat, off the barrel.
Others are flashing up the left.
Hey, we might got it out, guys. Hey. All right.
Hageman went to all the secondary pitches against Bellinger. Here's the opening home run off the bat. Dominguez, a fastball as well. Down and away. Judges was mid-thigh in.
Thomas Stanton, 4 former MVPs in the lineup for the Yankees. Stanton owns more visiting home runs in this ballpark by far than any other player. So 24 home runs in CitiField. Nobody else As a visiting player, has more than 14. And he chases for strike 2.
Well, Hageman got a good slider. He's getting killed on that fastball. Honestly, I'd hang on to that, start throwing that slider more because that has been working. The only thing that's working for him right now.
Well, if you can appreciate at home how gigantic these men are, Stanton and Judge in the box.
And Stanton looks one out to left center.
Hey, 2 outs. Woohoo! We're on a roll, guys.
Well, there's the contact right there. Ball in the outside corner. Almost.
So what we know from Hageman is that he doesn't locate his fastball, and his slider is pretty decent. Like, the slider has been solid in the first inning. You know, even Dominguez and even Stanton looked, and Judge looked silly on the sliders, but you got to locate that fastball better.
25 games with a 936 OPS. Marlins acquired last summer for, among others, Agustin Ramirez, who's a fine rookie season for the Marlins.
For the homer yesterday. Another homer.
Change up outside pitches and 2 balls and a strike. Justin Hageman, drafted by the Dodgers out of Penn State, 23rd round of 2018, traded to the Red Sox in a deal for Kike Hernandez, became a free agent. And the Mets were among a number of teams that were interested in signing him to a major league contract, despite the fact he had never spent a day in the major leagues. And now making his 3rd big league appearance, his first start.
Oh, he's probably going to come with a fastball here, but he better locate it. Oh, slider. He's a slider tonight. His slider's been pretty good.
Chisholm likes to hit the home run. He's always swinging from his shoelaces.
He bounces one on the right side. Lots of kids. Slow throw.
All right. Well, 2-0 Yankees going to the bottom of the first. Dominguez, Judge, back-to-back home runs to lead off the game. And Pete Alonso throws a bullet to Hageman. Like Hageman is a little athletic there because that would have been a disaster. But 2-0 Yankees, and start off the game to look at Hageman. Look, his slider is fine. That's interesting. He has a nice slider. You can see. Each one of the hitters got fooled by sliders, but you don't locate your fastball, you're gonna get beat, especially in the majors. So that's what he has to avoid. Like right there, he threw a fastball to Chisholm on a 3-2 count. He located it well. He tried to pull on a fastball outside, and that Dominguez pitch wasn't a terrible pitch. Dominguez was just going the other way with it. He took the pitch where it was. He hit the ball where it was pitched. And Judge, you put anything around the plate with a fastball, he's gonna crush. So again, in that spot, it's the first inning. You're not walking Judge in that spot, in my opinion. Because even if Dominguez got on and didn't hit a home run, Judge, you put anything around the plate, he's gonna kill it. So going to the bottom of the first, 2-0 Yankees, 2 solo home runs back to back, Dominguez, Judge. And look, what did I say before the game started? The Mets offense has to pick up the pitching. They got to carry this team. You're not winning this series if you're not going to score. So, again, Stroman is not good. He was pretty decent, I would say, I think he pitched the last time out, he pitched decent. Nothing special, but he's beatable. This offense, who looks better the last 2 games, they need to do the job. Here we go, guys. Bottom of the first, 2-0 Yankees.
On to that starting lineup. Look forward to the 3rd straight game will hit second. The deal gets the 5-0. Ronnie Mauricio DH for the 2nd time this year. That's space former Met Marcus Stroman.
Well,
Keith, I said I stated it enough in pregame and before the game. He does suck. But I'm not blaming Hageman because he's not somebody who's very good. I'm blaming Stearns for making this decision. Hageman is just out there, basically out there hung on the freaking, hung out to dry there. whatever he gives us, he just needs to give us innings, to be honest with you. We need the offense to score runs. How about bounce back and give us a couple of runs here? Tie the ball game. There we go. Ah, damn it. Like I'm saying, Stroman's going to leave fastballs over the plate. You got to hit the fastballs. You got to lay off that changeup and that slider that he has, that he likes to throw out of the strike zone. You got to hit his fastball.
22. He's lost some range with age. Volpe, his rookie year, got the Gold Glove. Bellinger, way back in 19 with the Dodgers, I believe, got it in the outfield. That was his MVP season. And a little tax from the left to the right.
Oh, he missed it. All right, there we go. That's a double. All right, there you go. Mistake already for us.
Since had issues in left field, they feel as though he's cleaned things up, but he badly misplayed that line drive.
All right, come on.
The toughest ball for an outfielder, the line drive like this, gets right.
All right, no, we got a mistake there. Let's go. Offense got to carry it.
Oh. Defense, defense, defense. So after the Yankees begin first with a double.
My girl.
His first two games of the 2-0.
All right, come on, Frankie. That's a good slider. That's the pitches you got to avoid. Let him come with that fastball up. He's throwing 88 to 90 with his fastball.
24 at bats, 250 batting average against Marcus, who's now 34 years old.
All right. All right, got the runner on third, but one out. All right, here we got Soto. There you go. Met fans obviously drowning out the Yankee boos.
Very different reception for the Subway Series at home.
Well, KT, you know you've been following this channel for a long time. I say it how it is. I don't care if people don't like what I say. All right, guys. Ghost, there isn't more Yankee fans than Met fans. Isn't at all. The Met fans just drowned out the Yankee boos. All right, well, Juan Soto, runners in scoring position.
Stroman's second start for the injured list. He was out for 2.5 months with knee inflammation.
Listen, put a crooked number on the board here.
Sunday, in his first start back. Ready to go to Soto. One takes fastball on the outside. The Yankees conceding a run here, playing back on the infield. Playing Soto pretty much the pole. Kind of inclined to agree. Half swing, he went around, breaking ball. It's nothing two. Starts today, second in the National League in on-base percentage, leading the league in walks. The count here, though, 0-2. He leads off, split. And pitchers like all year long and get ahead of him 0-2, and they think that they start nibbling on him, trying to get him to chase. And he doesn't.
Well, I don't think it's going to go out, but it might. Yeah. All right, Juan. Tie game, baby. There we go. All right. There we go. There we go. There we go. All right. There we go. There we go. Tie game. There we go. That ball carried, man. Woo!
Maybe one of those.
All right, well, you got it right back. Good job.
That ball up in the strike zone on the way, he gets on top line. I'm going to touch the sinker outside 1-1. He wants us got 9 clear home runs against the Yankees, tied to the big right for the post for any bet against the Yankees.
Oh, that ball's way off the plate. Jesus.
That's the book. It's called a couple of pitches off the zone down.
Come on.
He's at the low ball umpire. Yeah, so you have to be, leery of that with 2 strikes especially.
No.
Ball down first 2-2. Fly ball from the right. You out. Looking through the sunglasses. He makes some 2-handed.
2 outs.
Well, here it comes. High fastball. Once I'm on the back leg, lows.
Always get that backspin on the ball.
The ability, which a lot of hitters don't. He doesn't drop that back. And they're able to get on onto the pitch. And the power is there. Obviously. 13 beyond the his last 13 games.
All right, Jeff, come on.
That takes a curveball out of the strike zone.
Most hitters you watch, they get the bat to the ball. He drags the bat on the plane of the ball the entire time through the strike zone. It's remarkable.
And that's over. The city will donate $2,000 to No Kid Hungry to help 1 in 5 kids in America facing hunger right now.
Okay, hit Jeff McNeil. All right, there we go. Make them work. Look, the idea here is to use a very overused bullpen for the Yankees. Their bullpen has just been much used as the Mets.
Didn't really move much, did it? Yeah, just a little right above the knee.
It's like he was using the portable steam.
Grateful Dead. Take out the ring.
So now Luis Durant's batting 6th in the order today. Facing an organization that he was part of twice. That's got him from the Yankees last year. He's catching big in after night game. It's sinker for strike, 0-1.
Torrens, when he first started, he was hitting the ball in the right center field and really driving the ball that direction. He sat down and missed a lot of playing time because Alvarez came up and started playing.
Yeah, that's a base hit. All right. There we go.
That's their 3rd hit in this opening inning.
There you go. Keep it going.
And I was just about to say that he lost it when he lost the playing time, and maybe this is one I'll get him back.
Yeah, I'm actually fine with Torrens, to be honest with you. Listen, this offense needs to be good where you don't have to worry about Torrens offensively. He's way too good behind the plate to worry about Torrens. And he puts at-bats together like that, where he doesn't try to do too much. I'd rather have a guy that's solid at the plate, decent, and a great catcher, and that's what he is. All right, 2 on, 2 out, 2-2 game. Bottom of the first, Brett Beatty up.
2 on and 2 out. Takes out for the strike, 0-1. Neal at second, Ferenz at first. It's very aggressive early in counts. Beatty hits one on the ground.
That should be an out and in and over. All right. All right. So Mets tie it up after getting 3 hits. Excuse me, not 4 hits. It's 3 hits. That's my fault. Sorry about that. So the Mets tied the game with a 2-run homer from Juan Soto. Again, finally does something with scoring in scoring position. So nice to see. It's not a solo home run like he's been doing. Listen, you tied it up. You got 3 hits off of him. You got Stroman to 20 pitches. Let's go. Now it would be nice for Hageman to get a 1-2-3 in and get the offense back out there, because when the offense gets back out there, you'll have 8-9-1, and you already get back to the top of the order. So. If he gets a 1-2-3 in here, you still have the bottom of the order. Then it will be 9-1-2 in the third. So that's what he's got to do here. Again, I'm not expecting much for Hageman. Again, I want innings from Hageman. I don't care where Hageman. I don't care where he's got to go. He's going to give up runs. We know that. He left 2 pitches over the plate, fastballs, and they hit him. He's got to use his slider a little bit more, and he's got to locate that fastball better. A little bit lower that fastball, Domingo's probably grounds out. But because it was just around knee-high, outside corner around the plate, he had enough room to take it the other way and hit it over the wall. So as you can see, the left center field is the ball's flying out there. So, you probably want the hitters to, mostly right-handers hit it to right center, to right field, or left-handers to try to pull the ball, because that ball's flying out of left and left center. So it's 2-2, back to square one, and we're going to the top of the second. Once again, guys, thank you for tuning in to the Mets Watch Party Subway Series on this 4th of July. So happy 4th of July to everybody out there. Hopefully you're having a safe and healthy weekend here. Don't go crazy if you want. Just be safe. But I do appreciate you guys hanging out on this 4th of July here. I know a lot of people doing things, family, all that stuff. But I do appreciate it. We're hanging around 50 to 55 in the stream right now. So I do appreciate that. So top of the second coming up. It is going to be Paul Goldschmidt leading off the top of the second. 2-2 game.
But if this throw is knee-high or mid-thigh high, he's safe.
All right. One pitch. Should be a one-pitch out. There we go. I'll take that every day of the week. There you go. I'll take a quick inning.
Could reverse that, but that's happy they did.
He's got to be careful on first pitches.
But Ferenz to even make it close with Edwin Diaz pitching was pretty remarkable.
Yeah, and the throw was right there in front of the bag. It faded right in at the shoelaces. It was a perfect throw. And your point is a good one, Ronnie, but that's the 4th base stealer he thrown out this year with Diaz on the mound. You wouldn't expect that from 11. JC Escarra doing the catching today. That's drilled to center field.
I think Turin's got that. All right, quick 2 outs. I like it. We'll take it.
Escarra, this is 22nd start, hits the ball hard. Their number 1 catcher, Austin Wells, has had a bit of a finger problem, like a nerve issue. Yeah, he played yesterday, but he had missed 4 games before that.
Well, KTU, he is going to be in this rotation because 1, he's healthy, and 2, he's making $17 million. So he's in this rotation regardless if he pitches bad. That's unfortunate, but that's Stearns once again. Nope, sorry.
Back-to-back homers for the Yankees to start the game. First time that's happened in the bench since 2021. Kyle Schwarber and Trey Turner get back-to-back homers in Washington against Jared Eichel.
Oh, I remember that game. I do remember.
I thought Latin starter, much like the case today, but Hageman now is settled in and retired 5 in a row.
Hageman, his minor league career, 451 innings, only 131 walks.
There's the big out here because you keep the bottom of the order for next inning. Nice pitch. Good job. That's a nice bounce back by Hageman right now. 1, 2, 3, top of the second. Again, that was huge right there because he got the 6th, 7th, and 8th hitter. And LeMahieu will be leading off the top of the third in the top of the third for the Yankees. So, again, you don't rotate. You don't get through that bottom of the order and having the the top of the order for the Yankees come up in that inning. So that's a great job by Hageman right now. And the Mets are coming back up. They got 8-9-1 coming up. They got Mauricio, Taylor, and Nimmo. So there we go, guys. That's a nice second inning. And again, this is what Hageman has to do. He needs to have a quick inning like he has here, but you need him to get 5 innings. Like, he's gonna give up runs, right? I'd be shocked if it stays at 2 runs against the Yankees. Just give us 5 innings. You got to get length out of this team, out of these pitchers. Wolverine. Oh, that's nice. I mean, I'm glad you're a Wolverine fan because I did go to Michigan, so I do appreciate that. But other than that, yeah, they spent it on one player. But you know how many other teams had similar offers, if not more offers? So there would have been one team spending over $700 million on a player in Juan Soto. So the Mets got him. I'm assuming you're a Yankees fan, probably. So if the Yankees would have signed him for $10 million less, what would have been the difference? So, and at the end of the day, right now, the Mets have a better record than the Yankees. So, you know, I'm not saying that Soto has been a big part of the Mets' success, but the difference with the Mets and the Yankees, and it's obvious that the Yankees without Aaron Judge would be a bad team. The Mets without Juan Soto shows you that they can play really good. So, well, Ghost, I'm not going to make you bad talk, Chris, like that because that's my guy. That's my co-host. I'm not going to make you do that. That's not cool. Like, we have difference of opinions. You don't have to like every host. You know, there's many people that don't like me, but
He was activated, but 2 for 3 in that game.
all right. So bottom of the second, 2-2 game.
Lucio, the Taylor, and Nimmo 8-9 and 1 of the order.
Ghost, that's fine. That's fine. But you don't have to say anything bad about that when it comes to Chris. That was a bad at bat by Mauricio.
Wow.
And that's fine, Ghost. Again, there's people that like Chris over me. That's fine. Like, everybody has their cup of tea when it comes to content creators and all that. So I do appreciate that you enjoy what I do and what I say, but you know, I'm more of a hothead, and you know, I do like to. I don't always go positive, even if things are positive, going well. I like to say what's on my mind, and a lot of people don't like that. That's okay. I do appreciate that, but Chris knows his stuff. Trust me. You might not like what he says sometimes, but he knows his stuff.
2 for his last 32.
All right, come on. Now, what you can't do here is have a quick inning for our offense. You got to make Stroman work here. Can't be out on 3 pitches like Mauricio just was. K2, I don't trust David Stearns, but I also got to give him an opportunity to do it, right? I understand last year was an interesting year and a unique year. So I was kind of upset, but I understood his perspective. There's no excuse this year. So if he doesn't do it, when will he ever do it? So we'll see.
I mean, you never used to see hitters or catchers wearing sunglasses.
You didn't know sunglasses to hit, did you? Oh, heck no. No.
But the technology of the sunglasses, I think, has progressed. And now, giving some heat to the Mets dugout. He something that should have been called 4-10, called a strike.
Well, that's a short fuse. I mean, we know he calls the ball down. That should know that as well.
Taylor, Estabrook has played last. Diaz is the crew chief. Is at first. John Bacon out there sizzling in second, and Brian O'Dora at third.
Carlos Mendoza, he's rough on umpires, home plate umpires.
To the left side, Boldy circling in. Makes the quick throw.
Nice play.
He's had a rough year at shortstop, and made a nice play there.
Yeah, he's had a lot of throws where he's tried to throw the bases to make really difficult plays, and they've been ill-advised. This, though, that's nice.
Yeah, that was a nice play.
Stroman, after giving up 2 runs in the first inning, trying to do as Hageman did, bounce back in the second. He's got Nimmo, who then went ahead of
All right, see if we can get a 2-out rally here. Gotta make Stroman work a little bit more here.
Last 35 games coming into today, then we'll have 916 OPS. This hot streak has gone on for about 6 weeks now. A lot of home runs mixed in there.
Ground ball should end the inning.
So Stroman has a 1, 2, 3.
All right, so Stroman has a 1-2-3 inning. Mets 2, Yankees 2. Top of the third, it's 9-1-2 for the Yankees. It is LeMahieu, Dominguez, Judge. So, yeah, listen, guys, I know people are talking about David Stearns. Again, that stuff is over. I don't care that he didn't decide to want to get Pete Alonso or not. Don't care. I don't care. He didn't probably do anything with Soto. Don't care. Right? But I know what his name is on the Clay Holmes of the world. Right? His name is on Frankie Montas. His name is on, Minter. Guys like that. Not spending a lot of money on pitching. I don't care if they're more risky or not with more years, more money. You go get better pitchers. That's the problem. Right? You can't have so many reclamation projects and just think everything's going to work out for the best. It just doesn't work out like that. And if that's his plan, fine. Now, again, I was very upset about David Stearns last year at the trade deadline, but I understand it was going into it as a transition year. And when the Mets started to get good and being a possible playoff contender, he was kind of in a unique spot where he had to evaluate his farm system because he didn't see him. I understood that, but I like to go after trying to win that year. This year, there's no excuse. The farm system is around. You have too many guys at the same position, clearly, and you evaluated these guys already. You have to pinpoint what you need and go get it. It's hard to get everything you need at the deadline. I'm not saying to get, top pitcher, top hitter, top bullpen arm. I'm not expecting all three of those to happen. But if you can get a couple of good arms in a bullpen, get either a big starter or a big hitter in this lineup, you do it. And we'll see if he does that. All right, guys, so we're in the top of the third. 2-2 game.
I ran into his mom. His mom said she had to spank him a lot when he was a young boy.
Boy, you're going to get in trouble for that. DJ LeMahieu leading off in the third against Justin Hageman. Slacker outside 2-1.
Be nice to get a somewhat quick inning here from Hageman.
It's the first month and a half of the camp.
Nice pitch. Hey, that slider's been pretty good for Hageman. Fastball, but his slider's been good. They've been fooled on it. You can see by their swings. Everybody so far. So.
Chisholm would much prefer to be playing second. They'd probably be a better defensive team than 2-2 coming.
Yeah, nice pitch. Nice slider. Nice slider. Good pitch. I mean, that slider, the hitters can't pick up that slider, it seems. Nice pitch.
Too close to take.
KTU, he's on hopefully his last rehab start. Maybe 2.
Sam Mendoza's on the umpires. He might learn Aaron. He's wolfing him.
Somebody asked Carlos Mendoza today whether he and Eric Lewis were a good friend to talking about, the struggles their teams have got. And he said, well, we text all the time, but he's got his problem. I've got Big it fouls off the cutter and it's 1-2. Coach for.
Sorry, guys. The game's going in and out over here. I do apologize for that. I am streaming it, so who knows sometimes.
Red, white, blue stars and stripes logo.
Dominguez keeps chasing that slider inside. Man, I don't know how he's getting a piece of it.
Yeah, I wouldn't even throw. If I throw a fastball, it's going to be letter high, up in his zone.
Green family.
His home run was his first since May. And he takes
Not a bad pitch.
Just off like 2-2.
I would go fastball, let her high, up in the zone. But don't let that fastball go in the middle of the zone near his knees. There you go. That's a pop-up. Stay in. Up, double.
Inside.
Well, those are some of the neighborhood movies.
Getting close to almost a full 162 schedule in interleague.
Angels lead the Dodgers all time. Is that right? Starting is lit more.
There you go. 2 outs. There we go. Nice. Well, what you want nobody on base for Aaron Judge. That's when you pitch to him. So there's a situation here where you go after him because it's 2 outs, nobody on. The only damage he can do is 1 run. I tell you right now, I'll be cautious though. I'm not going to throw any fastball middle in. I stay all outside, and if he hits it over the right center field wall, you just tip your cap.
Now this guy's the best player in baseball. That's his 32nd home run of the year, 428-foot shot, first inning. 58 home. That's last year. Record 62 a few years ago. Just laid off the 2 sliders.
That's a nice slider. Just stay outside.
Now. You know, when I was a young kid, I remember my dad and his friends talking about Will Chamberlain.
I do apologize. The game's going in and out right now, guys. I'll fix it once it gets the innings over.
Just too small. Just mass acceleration.
I got away with that pitch.
That's right. You know, he almost did. He was so right.
So, Raleigh somehow has more home runs than Aaron Judge this year. He wouldn't bet on that in the kids at the end of the season. So Raleigh's up and unbelievable.
Nice. Strike 3. I'll take that pitch every day. All right. Bottom of the 3rd. Strikes out Aaron Judge with that slider. That slider's been deadly for him. So going to the bottom of the 3rd, 2-2 game still. And, you know, heck, look, Hagerman is he's calling that low strike right now for both sides, and nobody's happy. But again, that slider has been a good pitch for him so far in the game. So nice to see Hag through 3 innings. Again, a couple of solo home runs, but haven't got himself in trouble, which is good. And that's a good sign. So you're going to take advantage of those calls that shouldn't be strikes, but he's calling it for both teams. Like, both managers are pissed off right now. So it is what it is. So once again, guys, thank you for tuning into the Mets watch party here on this 4th of July, on this Friday, Independence Day, National Pastime Baseball on the 4th of July. Nothing better than that, guys, except probably a barbecue and some beer. But, you know, if I were to be able to stream a game and do all that outside in a barbecue, that would be fun. But that's a lot of work. And it's damn hot down here in the South. So I don't want to be outside like that right now. So good news is that what you want from Hagerman right now is length. Right now, he got through 3 innings, and he just struck out Judge on a pitch that was questionable, let's be honest. But Mets got bad calls. The Yankees get bad calls. But one thing this umpire does is call low strikes, and you just got to take it for what it is. And I'm trying to get the game back on right now, guys. I had to go out and go back in. So if I don't have the game on yet and it started, I apologize. I'm just trying to get the streaming back on because it was kind of going in and out, and that's annoying for everybody. All right, let's see. It should be good. All right, so we got 2-3 up in the lineup. Got Lindor, Soto, Alonso. All right, should be on right now. Come on. There we go. It'd be nice if the volume goes up. That would be nice. Let's see. There we go. All right, give me 1 second, guys, because the volume sucks. I just got to fix that because the streaming sometimes it's very loud or very low. So apologize. There we go.
Splitter, it's 1-2.
Yeah, KT, exactly. If he's calling those low strikes and they're not a strike, if it's for both sides, who cares? That's the way I always say. Come on, Frankie.
Kind of a foul. Interesting thing about Stroman is he's got a lot of different pitches. They're all about 6 feet. They all kind of move differently.
Oof, he missed that pitch.
When he's at his finest, he wants that ball to start one place, and you don't know if it's going to come in on your hands.
That's a pitch that Frankie wants back. That's a hanger.
But he wants that late move. The late movement is the key for Stroh.
And Lindor loses the bat.
Foul ball.
Did he get a piece?
Got a piece of it.
I'm not sure. Did he? I thought he missed
Yeah,
it.
the ball trickled away.
I'm not sure. I guess. Oh, he's such a swing and a miss. And a catcher miss.
Not what they call.
But Box didn't send it, doesn't.
Called it a foul ball and no complaint from the Yankees, so Lindor's at bat continued. Yeah, I think the ball spin changed just a tad. 7th pitch of the attack from Stroman. And Lindor fouls
There you go.
off.
Good at bat.
Stroman in his first start back with the injured list through 74 pitches. You have to figure he's on some kind of a cap today, probably 80, 85, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Well, you know what pitch is coming? It's going to be probably a changeup on the outside corner.
That was as good as it gets.
Yeah, that's pretty close too. Yep.
It was actually a slider that got a cutter that got away.
Was what he did 9 times
Yeah,
this year.
outside corner changeup. Here it comes.
This rubber went down first, fair ball. Makes the play to Stroman, 1 out. It's 5 in a row retired.
It always works, I tell you. Give some chin music and then throw the ball softly outside. It seems to always work.
In the first inning, over half the home runs he's hit over the course of his career have been to straightaway center field or the opposite way. And I was talking to Brandon Nemo. He said that Soto's opposite
All right, Juan, come on.
power is, quote, jaw dropping. What it allows him to do is see the ball much deeper than other guys. And then when he makes contact, most guys would just lazy fly ball. He can power those balls out of the ballpark. And I looked into trying to quantify that. It is true. Juan Soto, on average, contacts the ball over 5 inches deeper than the average major leaguer. So that A, allows him to make great swing decisions. But the unique part is that not only does he make the great swing decisions, but he can actually do damage with the pitch that most can't.
Oh, yeah, that's in the gap. That's a double.
Bellinger plays the carom. Soto slides.
Here we go, guys. All right, Juan. Well, he's been red hot. All right, Pete, let's go.
Well, that's
Right
5
there.
inches deeper.
Tony, don't let that fastball get away from Stroman. For that Stroman, he leaves that fastball over the plate, it's so hittable. Come on.
You say you don't get the ball deeper, but to make it 5 inches, that makes sense to me of why you've got such power to the opposite field.
6-1 Soto came to the major leagues in 2018. Only one player has hit more opposite field home runs, and that's Eric Judge. And Soto has far more than any left-hand hitter in that span. But his heart was second.
Oh, missed the hanger there.
First time.
That was a spinning cutter right there that didn't move.
So it's some kind
Darn.
of group. You know, he's such a different place in terms of his game than he was a month and a half ago when the Mets went to the Bronx. And he's already put on a show in this first game of the series.
Volpe! Safe, yeah. All right. There we go. Whoopsie. That's everybody shortstop for the Yankees.
Alonso had a bullet that ate out Volpe. 68 left.
I don't know if they're going to call that an error, but they might. Did they call that an error? I don't know what he was doing there.
I want to see what kind of hop he got. He had an easy an up hop, but it was not a bad hop. Boy, this is overpowered. And I like the fact that Juan on his slot on those feet first. He didn't trade Turner slot.
Come on, Jeff.
No must, no bust. He'll bounce the ball this corner foul ball, nothing to do.
Yep. Balls to the
Well,
right.
this is how they protect Volpe in Major League Baseball. Like, that's an error. Like, that's a backhand ball that he should have got. He could have had Soto dead at right at third base. But he dove and did whatever he was trying to do there. But, oh well.
He was raised on the uniform pants by a pitch his first time up. Here he taps one down at first. Goldschmidt takes the out there.
2 outs, but runner on second.
Second, 2 out.
The other thing,
All right, get a 2-out RBI here.
we've seen a lot of great hitters. And once they get on base, they're kind
It's a good spot for Terrence here.
He gets on base. He scores well. I mean, he's not a fast, blazing on the bases, but once he gets going, if he can score on a double from first and score on a single one from second base.
63rd run scored for Soto this year, starting the day 4th in the National League. Luis Tremont, so base it up the middle his first time up, and he takes a single out and strikes out from ball one. It's now with 3 runs and 5 hits against Stroman. Catch the outside corner, 1-1. Stroman from Packjaw Medford High School. Rings fouls the second play, 1-2. Good to have you here. Whatever shirt you're wearing. 1-2 coming. And Terrence, it's another one up the middle, but this time Volpe's there to field it. And throws him out to
All right. So Mets get the lead in the bottom of the third with a base hit from Pete Alonso and Juan Soto scoring. So it's been Juan Soto, Pete Alonso, basically. So far during this game, going to the top of the fourth, it's 2-3-4. 1-2. Excuse me. It is 1-2-3 for the. I'm sorry, 2. Wow. Hello. 3-4-5. Sorry for the Yankees. Coming up right now, Mets lead 3-2. Once again, guys, thank you for tuning into the watch party right here on the channel on this 4th of July weekend as the New York Mets and Yankees play the Subway Series on the 4th of July. 4th of July weekend, which is interesting to say the least, but I don't mind some day baseball on a Friday. I'm not going to lie. For somebody who works overnight, I love these day games. So good news is the Mets are leading. Hageman for the first 3 innings, gave up 2 back-to-back home runs, but since then has, kept the Yankees in check. And look, we need length from him. And if he can keep his pitch count down, let him go as far as he can go, to be quite honest with you. Let's just hope the Mets keep on scoring runs here, right? They scored, a couple of runs here, 2 in the first, 1 in the third. 1 in the third. So far, so good. And the offense needs to carry this team. 83 degrees, no humidity, and nice breeze. That's always nice. Well, it's about 92 where I'm at, and it's very humid, but that's okay. I'm inside. So we'll see. But so far, so good for Hageman. And this is the situation here where you got past Judge in the lineup. You got, what do you got? Bellinger, Stanton, and Chisholm, right? Stanton, stay away from him. He's not going to try to hit the ball the other way. He's going to try to pull it. Bellinger, same thing. He keeps the ball on the outside corner. You know, if he hits one over the wall of the left field, tippy cap. And Goldschmidt has been a shell of himself since, you know, when the Mets faced the Yankees, what was it, in May? Goldschmidt was red hot. You couldn't get him out. Now he's an out machine. So this is a 3-4-5 here that, you know, get through the inning. Let's go. All right, here we go, guys. Top of the fourth, 3-2 Mets.
Fourth inning, 3-2 Mets. Cody Bellinger leads off against Justin Hageman, who has settled in very nicely after giving up back-to-back home runs to start his day. He's retired 9 in a row. Bellinger was the first of the 9. He flied out. And Hageman threw a fastball by.
Keep that ball out on the outside. You don't want to get in on him. Maybe that slider, inside slider, that backup slider. That's the pitch. I just said, don't throw. Jesus. Don't throw that ball. And he threw it. My Lord. What did I just say? Don't throw the ball middle in. And he throws the ball middle in. Stupid mistakes.
He's the 13 with 3 homers and 8 RBIs in the 4 games against the Mets.
That's the only pitch he can hit for power. And you're going to throw that pitch. Stupid. Stupid, stupid, stupid.
How will the Mets get through 9 innings of this game with their pitching? Well, they will somehow. Right, but how? I mean, Hageman has not gone beyond 3 1/3.
Okay, too, I agree.
That's gone beyond 5 in the minor league this year.
But again, this is just a situation where you got to be smart in that situation. Like, you just threw a fastball on the outside corner that he couldn't touch. He was well behind it. You got to go outside. Oh, he missed that pitch. Somebody get it. All right, Pete, good job. Woo. Good job, Pete.
He's calling off Torrens.
I used to do that.
No, Chris, he hasn't been terrible against us with the Yankees. He's been outstanding. But again, it's just certain pitches where it's like, you knew Bellinger has a problem with that outside pitch. That's a nice.
He's got himself a base hit.
See, that's a pitch right there where I don't mind throwing a ball like that too. But look at his pitch. He's trying to establish. It looked like a fastball. Yeah, it was a fastball, middle in. If you're going to throw that fastball, you got to throw a letter high inside. See, that pitch with Chisholm is not a bad pitch. He went with the ball. But you can't pitch him inside. All right, you got a double play situation here. So now you got to try to get a ground ball to get out of the center.
Four former MVPs on this Yankee lineup. Judge, Bellinger, Stanton, Goldschmidt, always won MVPs, 7-1-2. As far as I can tell, there are only 2 of the teams that have had 4 MVPs in their lineup. Not counting pitchers, but I was like Kershaw. Those MVPs. 1978 Cincinnati Reds. And Joe Morgan, Johnny Bench.
Good pitch. Still, that slider has been working in this game. Got a little bit more.
And their other players are pretty good too.
There you go. That's slider again. Well, change it, excuse me. So his off-speed pitches have been solid. It's just that fastball he's getting killed with. I tell you right now, I wouldn't throw a fastball. Throw that slider on the outside corner. Good pitch. Nice pitch. Stay on the outside. Stay on the outside corner. Those off-speed pitches are working.
On the outside edge.
Telling you, if he can get that fastball, let her high, he's only getting hit on that fastball. Come on. Well, Chris, you got to throw fastballs. You got to make it a little confusing for the hitter. But if he throws the fastball, just throw it up in the zone. Like, that's a changeup right there. Not a bad pitch. Like, that pitch fooled the hitter.
History on both sides. As he said in his retirement last year, he pitched for the Yankees.
Here's where you got to get him out here so you can start the fifth at the bottom of the order.
I saw a whole group of people getting the elevator before me. Everyone had a number 16 jersey on. I was like, oh, it's amazing. I mean, everyone has. They're with them.
That's family.
That's family. That's why.
One to Escara. Escara's a great story. Came through hidden ball for the Gastonia Honey Hunters. Played in the Mexican League for Laguna and Tijuana.
Oh, where was that pitch? You've been calling that the whole game, man.
Always admire those guys that have the uniform ripped off. They just keep playing until they get a shot.
Sorry, the stream is going out again. So until it comes back, I'll just wait for it to happen. I'm sorry, guys. The stream just locked out. So it'll come back on. I hate MLB.TV. That's the only thing I really miss about New York is just watching it on SNY, having no issues. But when it comes back on, it would come back on. But we'll just have to wait and see. So it's a tie game right now, and the game should come back right now.
One to Escara. Chisholm get a walking lead, not go, and a swing against the changeup.
Sorry, guys. I know I'm a little behind.
I think it was leading up a cutter early from one changeup, second time through the batting.
All right.
Lonzo play behind Chisholm. He'll be running. 3-2 coming.
Nice pitch. Oh, again, guys, that is the changeup and the slider has been very good for Hageman. You know, he's got to locate his fastball better. Every pitch, except for the Dominguez home run, that pitch was a fastball outside, somewhat middle of the zone, but it was somewhat outside, but it was low. That was just good hitting by Dominguez. Like, that's not a Hageman fault right there. Trying to get ahead in the game. For the first at bat of the game. But, you know, the Judge home run middle in, the Bellinger home run middle in. You can't throw those fastballs there for those guys. You just can't. But again, his slider and his changeup have been outstanding. They have had a hard time hitting that pitch. So, do we give him the 50? You're damn right we give him the 50. You know why? Because who are you going to? That's the problem. He's throwing 66 pitches. Throw him out there. He's gave up 3 runs in 4 innings. Probably a lot better than a lot of us expected. Oh, Christopher, yeah, look, I wasn't a pitcher, but look, this is a situation where Hageman probably never been good. If you notice what they said on the broadcast, they said that he has problems giving up home runs. Clearly, that's the reason why. He can never locate his fastball. That's probably the biggest reason. He can't locate his fastball. He gets probably beat on his fastball way too much. So that tells you that when you don't locate your fastball and you're throwing it middle into these guys, and Major League hitters don't miss that pitch. That's the problem. And that has been his problem. So that makes you a fringe major leaguer. I'm sorry. When you don't locate your fastball, you can have as good as breaking ball stuff and off-speed pitches as you want. That fastball is what they're going to look for. And if you're going to make a mistake more often than not, in Major League Baseball, you're not going to get away with it. So it's not about, have I pitched or not? Yeah, location is a problem. But when your location with the fastball has never been good, and clearly in his professional career, they haven't been when he gave up, 12 home runs, 13 home runs in his career or this season, it's clearly a fastball issue. So, all right, we're going to the bottom of the fourth. Tie game once again. 5 hits for the Mets, 4 hits for the Yankees. It's been a home run derby so far for the most part. Brett Beatty leading off.
San Jose area. 3-3 as we go to the bottom of the fourth. Brett Beatty leads off against Marcus Stroh. Down for the foul on the first pitch cutter. Beatty counted out his first time. So far has given them everything they could have asked. Give up 3 solo home runs, but nothing else through 4.
Listen, you give up solo home runs, it's a lot better than giving up multi-hit home run, 2, 3-run homers. So at the very least.
But also the socks are different on the uniform, right? That's not what you wear with pinstripes usually.
Well, Pantries, I agree with you third time through the order, but you really have a depleted bullpen. Like, he's not pitching badly. He's gave up 3 solo home runs, which is, the best case scenario is solo home runs. Like, but your bullpen's depleted. If you can find a way to get him through 6 innings, let's say, and give up say 4 or 5 runs, I take that. To be quite honest with you.
Of course, number 7 on the sleeve. Noting the passing of Ed Kranepool, who wore that number with distinction for almost 2 decades as a Met. 1-2 coming.
Nice hit. There you go, Brett. Good job.
Dominguez tracks it. Beatty has himself a lead off second. Snaps it over.
There you go. Come on. Let's get it going. Try to get back to the top of the order here. Good pitch. Again, got to get that fastball when you can. Oh, Pantries, I think there'll be somebody getting warm in next inning for sure. Because, you do have the bottom of the order for the Yankees, right? You got 7, 8, 9, 1. So play. Oh, that sucks.
Where Beatty was going. Did he think maybe Goldschmidt had caught that ball in the air?
He thought that Goldschmidt might have went back.
Oh, nothing you could do there. It was just a good defensive play.
How that get exactly the balls in the hole. So it's down the line, yes.
That was very weird.
But really, we should be talking about Goldschmidt. And he was literally throwing that ball while he was backing up the first. Remarkable.
3-6-3 double play, races the base runner.
Oh, he hit the ball hard, but right at somebody.
I mean, you're a 47.
Yep, pops one foul off to the right. Every day you see things you've never seen before.
It's true. You always think you've seen it all, and there's always something new that pops up out of the blue. I mean, at some point, Beatty could have been hit with the return throw.
What would have happened if he had been? Would he have been called for interference?
We're back to the World Series and Reggie Jackson and Tommy Lasorda.
Oh. Billy Chestnut. Winner again today.
I don't know what that rule is. It did happen. He's sorry. I mean, I'm sorry. I don't know that rule.
Well, if he gets hit by the ball, then intent. That was the case with Reggie in the World Series.
Yeah.
Ball forward to Taylor. Give it up by
All right, come on. Now you got Lindor up. See, this another good at bat by Taylor there. 2 outs. You want to turn over that top of the order, and that's what you did there. You get an opportunity here for Lindor to do some damage with 2 outs.
the interference.
It looked like he was trying to beat the ball at first. That's what it looked like.
Well, let me just do.
We don't know because it was something we haven't seen before.
I'm sorry, Brandon. Nimmo, I'm sorry. I'm so used to Lindor batting lead off. All right, Brandon, come on. You got to jack one over the yard. Oh, that was a pitch.
Roman already starting his third time around the batting order. The Yankees start the bullpen cranking. Javian Sandridge, who was just called up today, not pitched in the big league. He's the first man up in the Yankee bullpen. Yankees have some pitching issues too. They just put Mark Schmidt, who started for them last night on the injury list today. 7-4 on tightness. One of two pitchers today, both Sandridge and the veteran Scott Efros, the Cubs.
Come on, Brandon. Keep it going.
In this game, we're going to have Cleveland facing off against Syracuse.
The Mets are going to have people like Rico Garcia and Austin Warren to give them innings today. Hagen is done. Hagen has thrown 69 pitches through 4, and against the fifth, there's nobody throwing. It's kind of like I said before, at some point, if you're going to be a winning team, and you're pitching struggling like this, you have to win a 10-8 game.
Yeah.
Let's haven't had those. It looks like the third ball down, 1-2. Well, the Mets have a chance to pull with a half game of the Phillies. The Phillies lost at home to the Reds today, 9-6. Blow-up start for Jesus Luzardo. So the Mets at the moment are one game behind the Phillies. Leaving first for Taylor, he's running. Swinging goes down on the splitter. And Stroman gets through the fourth inning.
All right. So, no scoring for the New York Mets in the bottom of the fourth. Top of the fifth. Tie ball game. 6 hits for the Mets. 4 hits for the Yankees. Again, it's not like the Yankees have been putting a bunch of hits together here. There's been solo home runs. So, Hageman coming out for the fifth. And again, I don't think we can ask more from Hageman here. Like, if you can get through the fifth inning, man, that's like giving up 3 runs only. That would be great. You know, you got 8-9-1 coming up for the Yankees. Let's go. Yeah, plenty of opportunities, but Christopher, you know what? You hit a hard ball to the first baseman, and Goldschmidt made a nice backhand play. So you can't do anything about that. What are you gonna do? You know, it was hit hard. You got a Gold Glover at first base. It is what it is. So, at the very least, you hit the ball. Like strikeouts are just annoying, but you hit the ball. You hope they miss the ball. You know, what are you gonna do? Oh, let me just. Yeah. All right. So once again, guys, we've got about 60, 65 viewers in here on and off, which is great from, you know, Twitter and X and YouTube. So I appreciate you guys hanging on this 4th of July. Again, there will be a post game, probably about 20 to 25 minutes after the game. Obviously, I got to, you know, get everything ready to go, get the post game ready to go and all that fun stuff as well, and get the background ready for you guys. Just set up everything, and I'll be with you with the post game to talk about the game. But I do appreciate you guys. Again, not easy hanging around for 2-3 hours for a watch party, but I do appreciate that, guys. So top of the fifth, tie ball game. 3 solo home runs for the Yankees, a 2-run homer by Soto, and a base hit by Alonso, scoring Juan Soto to make the ball game 3-3. Here we go. So Hageman has 70 pitches. So let's see if he can get out of this 5th inning here.
That's been their bullpen cranking. The Hageman has gone deeper into this game than he has in any major league game. We mentioned that the last Met to make his first start against the Yankees was Jacob DeGrom by Milan center field. Taylor's got it.
All right, there you go.
Hagen was actually the 5th Met to make his first.
Obviously, the goal of this inning is don't let Judge come up with anybody on. Austin Warren warming up in the bullpen for the New York Mets.
Isadori Takahashi in 2010. And then Montero would be wrong on back-to-back days in 2014. And now, 11 years later, they did it. I think it was DJ LeMahieu, and he gets off the middle.
Damn it.
They do. Fifth Yankee hit against Hagan.
Now you got to try to get double play here. It's going to be tough with Dominguez's speed.
Oh, boy. That's a huge logo.
Guess she's trying to make her feel like it's clear. I like those Mendoza making his way out to that. Austin Warren has been warming up.
Are they going to take him out here? Very interesting.
And he's taking his time to buy Warren as much time as he needs. Yep.
All right, interesting. Mendoza's making the call to the bullpen for Austin Warren. Interesting. I'm not sure if I necessarily like that. I guess they were concerned about the, the third time through the order, I would guess. But I would have went after. I would have kept them in at least one more batter. But again, the numbers are the numbers, I guess. So once again, guys, 4 1/3 for Justin Hageman. He gave up 3 solo home runs, 5 hits, 5 strikeouts, and just gave up a base hit to LeMahieu with 1 out in the 5th. So I'm not sure. I'm not really mad, disagree, or unhappy or happy with that decision. I think it's kind of I think it's, again, if Warren comes in and blows up here, it's a bad, right? Everybody's going to blame Mendoza. But if you left Hageman in and he blow up, Mendoza would be blamed for it. So again, it's clearly they don't want him to go through the third time through the order, which, I think it was Pantries was talking about that. Oh, yeah, absolutely, committee. I think listen, it would have been nice if he got through the 5th inning, but the Mets were concerned about the third time through the order, which is a concern for a lot of teams in baseball with their pitchers. If somebody would have told me he got pitched in the 5th inning and got 1 out in the 5th and only gave up 3 runs, and it's only been solo home runs. It's not like the Yankees have been hitting the ball all over the park here and, getting, 6, 7, 8 hits, and they're getting their runs on multiple hits. It's 3 solo home runs, right? So, but again, it's hard to say, Hageman didn't do the job that he wanted them to. I mean, he kept us in the ballgame, right? That's what you got to do when you're a guy that's basically a spot starter, and that's what he is. Well, Christopher, I hope Mendes knows what he's doing, but, I mean, what did you want him to do? If he would have kept in Hageman and he basically got lit up the third time through the lineup, everybody would have blamed him for not throwing somebody else. He's going by pitchers don't do well the third time through the order. That's what he's going on. He doesn't really have much going on in the bullpen. Like, he don't have a choice here. But he got Austin Warren here, 1 out in the 5th, and a man on first with Dominguez up.
Rack up some outs. He did it. Getting 7
outs, gave up no runs with 1 hit. Now he's facing Jason Dominguez. Go ahead, run first and 1 out. Dominguez forward leading off the game. It will be his 2nd game leading off for the Yankees this year. Rounded out short of the 3rd.
What you can't do is walk people. And Hageman didn't walk people, which is nice. That's why I probably would have left him in the game. You just can't walk guys.
Inside corner with the sinker.
What you like from Hageman is that he went after the hitters. He's a strike thrower. Austin Warren, well, we'll see.
Giants. That was 3rd appearance for the Mets. The 9-year-old from UNC Wilmington.
Oh, where was that?
Get it there.
Aye.
3-1 to make it. Judge standing on deck. It's a huge pitch coming on.
Warren's probably thinking, I've been watching the bullpen. It's been called a strike for the first 3 innings. Didn't miss by much.
Mayhew, a fast runner, he's at first. Dominguez flies one out to left. Back toward the corner goes Dimmo into the shadow.
Wow. Wow. Jesus. Well, there you go, guys.
Wow. The Dominguez, who had not homered since the middle of May, has hit 2 of his first 3 at-bats today. Pitch him in. Yep.
Well, I don't know if it's Mendy's fault. Again, I just said it like I said, right? That pitch, I can't believe he hit that ball out of the ballpark, but the ball was carrying to left field and left center. But what are you going to do, right? He got it behind in the count, and he had to throw him something around the plate. So that's where we are. Oh, look who's back, 99/22. Of course, as soon as the Yankees start winning, that's when he shows up. Interesting.
Yeah. He breaks his back, jumps from the right center for base hit. That's not fair. Warren broke his back, he still got a hit.
Well, a big guy like that hit it like that.
Well, explosive. I agree with you. Like I said it before, I would have left Hageman in because he was pitching okay, right? He was throwing his strikes, and he was doing his job. But again, third time through the order, managers don't like keeping these guys in. It's been a problem.
Deck at right field. His lifetime up. Yankees came into the day with the most home runs in the American League, 131. They've been 4 more today.
Pantry's Buto's on the IL. He just went on the IL, so we don't even have him. So that's the problem. There's no bullpen available. That's the issue. I mean, Warren's not throwing strikes, which doesn't help.
Well, first 84 games, has never allowed 3 home runs in a game, but now it's happened 3 times in the last 5 games.
Wait, 99. The solo home run shouldn't count it because it was against Stroman. So all 4 home runs from the Yankees shouldn't count because it's Warren and Hangerman that nobody ever heard of.
Two out. So he's smiling at Judge when he was trying to pick to double off first.
Yeah, but Stroman is not better than Hageman and Warren. So
Out over the plate down.
again, you got to stop, please stop.
5
Oh,
inches.
my
That's so
God.
lets the ball get deep.
You don't make any sense. Stroman's bad, but he's not worse than Hageman and Warren. Sorry.
Giancarlo Stanton. Stanton was flying to left and fouled out to first.
I mean, Warren has gotten behind every hitter.
Stanton with 38 career home runs against the Mets. It's the second most among active players. Bryce Harper has 39. Marcus Ray 2-0.
Stanton never gets out of the box. He just stands in his stance. If it's a ball, he just stays there, ready for the next pitch.
Remember how before his MVP season in 2017, he really closed his stance? Not as closed it.
I think he closed it, and in my opinion, he closed it because once he got hit, if you guys remember, by Mike Fiers in Milwaukee, he needed to be close to stay in there.
Well, be careful with this pitch over the plate. Go for it.
That's too high.
Well, when you don't throw strikes, you're going to fall into trouble. So,
First walk by that pitcher today. We're going to be happy to pay Warren and that's it before he faces Janice Chisholm.
all right. So, Hefner's coming out into the mound. Well, again, guys, if Warren would have came in and got a double play and ended the inning, everybody would have been like, okay, good. But again, I agree with you. I would have kept Hageman in there. He was fine. He gave up 1 hit to LeMahieu. That was a dribbler up the middle. Managers, especially guys that they don't know much about, And let's be honest, they don't know much about Hageman. Going third time through the order, they don't let pitchers go through third time through the order, regardless of how they're pitching. They don't like to do it. Unless it's guys like the Petersons, the Sangers, the Cannons, guys like that, they don't like to. So, it didn't work. It is what it is. But Mendy doesn't have a choice. Look at his options. So, well, I would have stayed with Hageman, but again, they don't like going guys through third time through the order. Christopher, they said it was an illness. They didn't say what. So I don't know. It's not a physical injury. Apparently, it's an illness. The only I can think of, and I said it earlier in the pregame, maybe he got COVID. I know that's not a thing that people talk about anymore, but when athletes get COVID, they go through it because their lungs are always an issue, apparently. Could have the flu, who knows?
He moves his feet. Ball 2 strikes.
And they put him on the IL, so I'm assuming it's something that might take about 4 to 5 days to get rid of it out of his body, I guess. I don't know. All right, there's a big spot here. Got to get out of this inning just by 2 runs.
1-2 cover.
We see from a lot of right-handers that the Mets have brought up, they have that back foot slider, that hard back foot slider. If they could sequence a backdoor slider with that, that will be the best of both worlds. These versus the lefties.
Takes cutter inside. It's 2-2. Justin Hageman went 4 1/3, allowed 4 runs, 5 hits, no walks, 5 strikeouts, 3 home runs, 73 pitches. Just got a piece of that speed to stand the event. Judge Bravo, Airbees, Harrington, Chisholm, Jr.
How could he not be a star? You have to be with the name.
Yeah, he's slow.
That's amazing.
7th pitch of the at bat for Warren. And Chisholm takes
All right. So, does get out of the inning, but does give up the big home run to Jason Dominguez, second of the game. So Dominguez has 4 RBIs, 3 RBIs today. 2 RBIs, 3 RBIs today. So again, it's going to count on the offense. I don't think anybody thought this was going to be a low-scoring game. Like, the Mets offense got to keep going here. It's 5th inning. Let's go. The Yankees probably won't throw Stroman another inning. I mean, he might come out there, but you're going to get a lot of guys you haven't heard of or the back end of this bullpen for the Yankees. Let it get it done. Let's go. Got to keep on scoring runs here. The offense got to carry this team. Nobody expected this game to be, 2-1. So, got to get it done, guys. So, once again, guys, Yankees took the lead with a 2-run homer from Jason Dominguez, 5-3. And again, we can question Mendy all we want. Again, I didn't like the fact that Hageman got taken out of the game. But, again, the situation, they don't like, especially guys that they don't know. This isn't a guy that's been custom on his team for all season where you have a good idea of third time through the order at the major league level. You don't have that with Hageman. Fact is, they don't like guys that they don't know much about going third time through the order. And that's just the way it goes. Again, Stroman might not even see the next time through the order. So, and that's a guy who's been a professional pitcher for years. So, it kind of is what it is. Mendoza's hands are tied here. He was probably hoping for, Warren to get, the double play there, and he threw a bad pitch. Again, another middle in situation. But we'll see. Again, offense. I think they have what 2, 3, 4 up in this line. Yeah, 2, 3, 4 is coming up. So good time. So get it going. Stroman's on the mound. 5-3 Yankees.
For the second time. A 2-run lead. They took the mound in the first inning. Juan Soto hit a 2-run homer to tie it. That's 3-2. Yankees tied it in the fourth on Cody Bellinger's home run. And now they made 5-3 after Jason Dominguez's second home run of the day.
Now what the Mets got to do is try not to, try to hit 500-foot home runs here. Yeah, JD, you're talking about mental health. You're reaching here. It could just be the flu.
No, recall a certain Mets Yankees game in 1999. The Yankees hit 6 home runs. And the Mets rallied to win on the Matt Franco hit against Mariano Rivera. Swinging the pitch was flooded there by Stroman.
That was a bad at bat. There was not one pitch in the strike zone.
Good when it's all set up. I think living at the bottom of the strike zone, start the ball in the same place and disappears.
And there's a guy who has not been able to solve yet. So another 2-run homer to double. Driven in 2, he scored 2. It's good, but he's like so now has 5 hits and 12 career at bats against Marcus with 2 home runs. So we're trying to help out Scott. So on all phases of the game. That 22. Well, dog here. Dogs up. How many did Joey Chestnut eat today?
71 at some time, I thought it was.
Is he going to the conception?
They were catching out hot dogs for a while, I tell you that.
Oh, it's the water so much as the blood soaked in the water.
That's a base hit. 3rd hit for the game. All right. All right, Pete, let's go.
Oh, a home run, a double, and now a single for Soto, who was just locked in. Went right with this pitch down the way.
Come on, Pete.
Okay, they threw the kitchen sink at him, and what do? It gets a bounce over the plate. It's a time run. See the eye on the ball there? That was sweet. Soto, what did I think?
Oh.
Stop. Lots of straights and misses in the second. He hit a shot to short that ate up Volpe and went through for an RBI single to give Mets the lead in the 3rd. Now it's the time run it back. Mets down 5-3. Alonso now has 3 hits and 7 career bats against him. It's a very neat, very nice. Congratulations on the work of art.
Yes. Cut the corners, nice.
Read all those fancy colors. Think back to the black pencil or pencil.
When you were a kid, pencil or pen? Yeah.
Pencil was get smudged.
Pencil.
Yeah.
Yeah. That old-fashioned scorecard. Still around.
Snack to deep center field.
Ah.
Bellinger on the warning track to make the catch.
Hit it off the end of the bat.
Alonso gave it a ride, 2 out. I think he got enough towards the end of the bat on this.
Just got on the end of the bat. Yep.
Just enough.
Got that to the warning track too.
This is a late afternoon game littered with line drops everywhere. Even the outseam hit hard.
Back in the old days of the Yankees, days of Luke Garrett, who used to start their home games at 3 o'clock. The Yankees were rather late in the game, they call it 5 o'clock late. The old days were 3 o'clock start. Fourth, fifth inning recap. Goes to Hagen, first big league start. It's on the road this game. Stroman has staggered his way through 4 2/3. That's a 2-run lead. I guess the hip was called pitch clock violation against Stroman. That's a 1-1 big deal. Come out and protect his play. Not sure whether they called it a block violation or they called it the not engaging the hitter after warning him earlier.
Yeah, I think it's the latter. But I can see Stroh's case is that if you are a sophisticated hitter, you can get that call on the pitcher all the time, up and play, and not look at it. Because the pitcher has to engage the hitter. The hitter doesn't have to engage the pitcher, if you get what I'm saying.
It was a 1-1 count deal. So we have first with 2 down. There goes Soto. That's fouled off. Stroman was paying absolutely no attention to Soto, so he got himself a huge jump on the deal fouled off the pitch.
That was really smart because with all that confusion, everyone kind of forgot that Juan was on first base.
Stroman gave up 25 stolen bases last year. Today, none.
Well, in and over, no score there. And Stroman, got through the 5 innings that the Yankees probably needed them to go through. And the Mets do not score. 7 hits for both teams. 5-3 Yankees. Top of the 6th coming up. And who's going to pitch? Probably Austin Warren. Because who the hell knows who's available for this team? That's the other issue. So we're going to the top of the 6th. Yeah, well, Christopher, I mean, there you go. Been the tale of the season for the New York Mets. Again, this is going to be a tough series to win. I already said that in the pregame. I had no confidence in this series because of the pitching matchups. When you have no bullpen right now, you used all your high leverage relievers the last 2 games. I mean, not Mendoza's fault. You got to win the ball games. You're going through a stretch where you got to start winning series, but you have nobody in this game. You have nobody. You're going to hear a bunch of people you never heard of in the rest of this game. Like maybe Brazavan's available in this game, but you probably want to stay away from him. Let's be honest, guys. You still got 2 more games to go here. Like, you got to be careful. JD, they got to do a lot. Like, but then again, a lot of teams did a lot. Like, look at the Yankees. Like, their rotation, Clark Schmidt just got hurt. Like, they got Fried and Rodon, so they're okay at the top. Like, so they don't need top line starters like the Mets, in my opinion. They need probably just another quality arm in like the 3-4 spot in a rotation. They're looking for a third baseman. They're looking for bullpen help. In the Mets case, they need everything. So we'll see. It has nothing to do with complete embarrassment. I mean, honestly, though, Yankees go into this series, they need to win. They have to win this series. They have the pitching matchups. The Mets, if they win 2 out of 3 in this series against the Yankees are in trouble. Like, I wasn't feeling comfortable in it. Like, everybody was excited that they won 2 out of 3 against the Brewers. But, I blame this on Stearns. They could have had better options at the minor league level. Your top prospects are ready to go, and you didn't bring them up. So this is on Stearns, in my opinion.
If they walk 6, takes inside ball 1. Goldschmidt, then Escara, and Volpe 6, 7, and 8 at the Yankee batting. Goldschmidt is lie down and take a call, third strike, 0-2. That's great. Yankee Stadium in May. Goldschmidt is smoking hot. It's cooled off significantly. Last 27 games coming into today, 165 average on 514 OPS.
Christopher, if you want to worry about just the Yankees, then that's on you. I want the Mets to win regardless of who they're playing.
And Goldschmidt, during his heyday, was never like that.
There's nothing at stake here except for a W in the win column and a loss in the loss column. That's it.
Right at the second baseman, Neil Field. There'll be a question presented by Verizon, who was the first player to hold.
Yeah, just win the series. It doesn't matter who we're facing. You got to stack series wins. But I agree with JD. But if it's only about the Yankees and what's at stake is nothing. Didn't the Mets sweep the Yankees last year? And the Yankees made the World Series, the Mets did it. So what does that really mean? Nothing. All that matters is winning games because you need to win games. You got to get back on the winning track. That's it. Other than that, it doesn't mean nothing. When the series is over, nobody cares. You're facing your next teams.
Second game, as I am with most Mets trivia. Was the second game the one where Steve Beazer coaxed the ball from David Cohn? That's the game. That series. It was in the second or third game. Tony was pitching to the Yankees, and Steve Beazer was running the third down to August month. You have amazing memory here. Well, it was Steve Beazer's shining moment as well.
He's a household name.
I mean, think about Mike Baxter's catch, right? This was Steve Beazer's big moment. So the Mets didn't win again. Side 3-1. The Yankees won the last 2 games of that. The Mets won that first ever beating.
I've only had one good day in Mets trivia when we all went in the studio. We had our trivia night, the game show. That was as high as I get on trivia.
Can't keep on walking, guys. Jesus. You're walking bums. Lance Johnson, Bernard Gilkey, Todd Hundley, Butch Husky, Paul Everett, Carlos Baerga, Matt Frankel, Luis Lopez, John Ullery.
One out, one on. Here's Volpe. He takes a slap for the strike.
Well, Christopher, I don't care about 25 years ago. That was a long time ago. Like, if it haunts you, that's on you. That's on nobody else. But if you worry about the Yankees, then you're just like all the Yankee fans that care about the Mets too much. I care about the Yankees when we're playing them. Absolutely. But do I care after this series about bragging rights? No, I really didn't care. I'm concerned about the Mets getting wins, regardless of who they're against. If you care about that, that's on you.
Amazing how the catchers can transfer their weight and get so much on that
Just missed them.
throw to first base from their knee.
Volpe with LeMahieu on deck. Volpe hits a shot that's short.
I don't think they're gonna get a double play here. Got him. Yeah. All right. There you go, guys. Come on. Christopher, I don't even know if Diaz is available, to be quite honest with you. So that was a big double play there. And again, you don't turn over the top of the lineup for the Yankees next inning. Well, you do, but you start off with the ninth hitter. So 9-1-2. But, I mean, Brazaban probably, Garrett maybe. That's what you're working with today. Like, but again, this is the problem, right? Yeah, you want to win this game, absolutely. but there will be who's going to be available tomorrow. Like, I know we don't care about tomorrow until tomorrow, but that's what Mendoza's problem is right now. And this is why I didn't like the fact that Hageman started today, even though he did a decent job. The fact that you could have put Hageman and Warren, or Hageman and Waddell, who's supposed to pitch on Sunday, in the bullpen, you could have put your two young pitchers in there, and you would have had more bullpen depth that you need. So I don't know. He pitched the last 2 games in Milwaukee, against Milwaukee. So he's pitched 2 days in a row. Now, I think he can pitch a third day. Like, I think he could. Like, he hasn't pitched a lot in, like, the last 3 weeks. He hasn't pitched a lot. So I throw him out there. I'm on board. Like, you got to throw these guys. But, again, you throw Diaz today. And, again, Diaz doesn't matter if you're not in a tie ball game in the 9th. Like, if it's not a tie ball game or a one-run game, you want to keep the game where it is, then it's pointless. So, if you use Diaz today, you're not going to have him probably for tomorrow for sure. And you probably most likely won't, depending on how many pitches he throws, you won't have him for the next 2 days. That's a possibility. So with a depleted bullpen, you got to be careful with that. Sure, JD, you can lose the battle and win the war, but this game's close enough where you can win. But again, the Mets got to score runs as well. And Ian Hamilton is in a ball game for the Yankees. And it's 5-3 Yankees, bottom of the 6th. Yeah, Yankees better, bullpen is better, but they haven't pitched well. So, you can probably get to the bullpen, but again, we've seen this Mets offense before have problems. So what is it, 7, 8, 9?
If he did get hit on the relay throw,
7, 8, 9 for the Mets. And that's a fly ball. And 1 out. Damn, that ball travels, man.
But I think it was you, Gary, who said that intent would probably matter, and it does. So if the umpires deem that maybe thought the ball was caught at first base and thus tried to get back, even if the ball hit him, he would not be out on interference. It's an umpire judgment call, but it's not an automatic out.
Interesting. Makes sense.
I like that Luis Torrens, he hit that ball hard, but, this bullpen has struggled walking guys as well. So you got to work the count a little bit.
Left field is last time. This time, third baseman just like a lot closer to the line, leaving the hole opening short.
Oh, shit. Yeah. All right, Brett. There we go. All right. All right, Brett. Good job. I'll take it. Here we go. Jumped on that pitch. Come on. Here we go. Bottom of the order damage. We like that. All right, Ronnie, let's go.
Ball's flying out of here.
All right, Ronnie, jump on him. Oof. That was a pitch to hit. Come on.
Mauricio struck out and brought it into a double play.
Oh. Ooh.
Marcus Stroman worked 5 innings, 82 pitches, 3 runs, 7 hits, 1 walk, 4 strikeouts to hit back to the home run. Takes a slider.
All righty.
He 4 for 14 before his base hit up the 4th. Now he hits a home run.
Run. Stay fair. Damn it. All right, guys, I'll be right back. Listen to the game.
31 back. You can only allow 4 extra base hits until that home run from Red Bean.
Beatty's only hit 24 home runs in his career. Of the 24, 18 have come at CitiField. I'm the president. That's like a black man. Oscar Bronx line is up in the Mets bullpen. And that's what Mauricio. Joe Parker's leading Mauricio on the stop at first base. That is a really good outfielder. He played that carom nicely. Mauricio hit that ball so hard, he winds up with a second. And he's got the strong arm, too. When he threw a bolt back into second base. Hanging slider. Looking to get a little under that. Yeah. On top. Took the position to throw. That's right. Works against Liam Appleton. And Mauricio hustling out the box, too. That's just how hard that ball was hit. How well played by Judge. Maybe hit the home run on the slider. Mauricio gets the base hit on the slider. But now Taylor for the time right first. Takes fastball on the outside corner, nothing at one.
All right, let's go, guys. Let's go.
He gets in the position ready to throw. He's so close. There's no way he can have a good move to first base. No way.
Mauricio has 2 steals on the year. Taylor's grounded out and walked today. It's 2 for his last 33. Missing the slider 1-2.
In fact, Hamilton is so close to see the runner at first base, he looks over his right shoulder, much like Steve Carsey did in his career. Watch when he's close, at first. When he closes up, he'll look over his right shoulder, not his left shoulder, to see Mauricio at first. Very unusual.
Steve Carsey beats him.
Yes.
To Taylor.
Damn it.
Down the left center. Leaving it as Dominguez.
Come on, Frankie.
Wow. There's a lot going on there. Okay.
I had tried to do that 40 years ago. He was blowing me off about halfway through that.
Now you know why guys get to the ballpark so early. They've got to practice the hand. Yeah.
All right, so Boone's taking Hamilton out of the game for a lefty, so they're trying to turn around Lindor to right-handed. So the Mets get one step closer in the bottom of the 6th with a Brett Beatty solo home run, 5-4 Yankees. Lindor coming up with a runner on first. And they're bringing in the lefty to turn around Francisco Lindor. And we'll see how that goes. See if we get some damage here with 2 outs to try to either tie the ball game or go ahead. Once again, guys, thank you for tuning in to the Mets Watch Party on the 4th of July. Over 66 people in the stream right now hanging out with me and watching the Subway Series Game 1. And, it's been I would say a somewhat high-scoring game, but close. And, if you look at this season, the Mets have been better in close games than the New York Yankees. The Yankees have been terrible in close games, regardless if they score a lot of runs or not. And the Mets don't score a lot of runs, but they're hanging around here. And if you hang around, the Mets they've been better at close games than the Yankees, but we will see. Again, the bullpens for both teams are just like, oh my God. Like if you're a manager right now, you're just praying that somebody figures it out. Yeah, Christopher, I agree. Nimmo, I'm sorry, not Nimmo, not Lindor. I'm sorry I'm still got to get the Lindor leadoff out of my head. I apologize. Nimmo coming up with the lefty, but Nimmo's been really good against lefties this year. So it is an interesting decision, but again, matchups. It's been a thing. Well, JD, we shall see. So once again, guys, lefty coming in to face Nimmo. With 2 outs, with 1 on, 5-4 Yankees. Brett Beatty had a solo home run in this inning to get it one run closer. And we'll see if Nimmo, who's been very good against lefties, and Tim Hill has been very good for the Yankees this year. Let's see if Nimmo can come through here.
Left-handed tip, Hill into Brandon Demo, 41st appearance on the season. You see the time good. Demo takes fastball for a strike. Basically, was that single. And we'll see him plenty. Want to hit an 8 career at bats against Hill. It's hopefully 0-2.
2 pitches right down the middle.
It's 4 batters. 3 rockets. I didn't love the ballpark. Now Hill trying to clean up for him. Hit with a defensive cut. Rounds with the third. Chips and goes to second.
Oh.
Mauricio continued to run. It looked like
Damn it.
Mayhew was pulled off the bat. It teach that don't slide one through the bag. The problem is if the guy makes a bad throw, you're going to get tagged down. See, is he on? No, he's not. Not on. But there's no call. You can't do that. There's a tag. He's down. So, that's the problem with that.
Damn it. Damn it. Damn it. All right, we get 1 run closer. Yeah, you got to stay on the bag in that situation. If you don't know, you stay on the bag. That's I don't know if I'm assuming Nimmo would have beat that out if they try to throw it to first, but first and second with Lindor coming up. Damn it. Bad play again. God, these freaking young prospects, I tell you, man. Oh my Lord. I swear, base running for both New York teams have been just terrible this year. Like, you got to stay on the bag. If you don't know what's going on, stay on the bag. Worst case scenario, it's first and second. I'd rather you stay on second than trying to advance to third if you're not sure. It is the little things, JD, 100%. 100 freaking percent. God almighty. Well, 9-1-2 for the Yankees. Let's see who's coming in for the Mets. Oh, God, the base running. See, this is my problem, guys, with a lot of plays. This is not just Mets exclusively. This is around baseball. There is too many dumb baseball players. The fundamentals go out the window with so many of like 90% of the league. Fundamentals go out the window. And if these guys would just have the simple fundamentals, I think they would be better players. Like, the mental aspect of the game has got dumber over the years. I think we can all agree. It's simple things like, oh, God. And you got to keep your eye on the ball, too. Like, he wasn't even looking. Like, stay on second. Jesus Christ. And Nimmo would have beat it out, too. Lordy Lord. All right, top of the 7th, 5-4 Yankees. Who's pitching for the Mets?
That he was off the bat. He thought it was up into right
I'm
field.
guessing it's Warren still?
You got to make sure.
Nope, it's Brazaban. Okay. Well, just as I thought, they're probably going to be Brazaban, Garrett, and Diaz available. So,
I would assume you assume. You know what happens.
So you're going with the rest of your high leverage guys trying to stay in the ball game here. You can't give up any more runs here. Got to keep it to 1 run to try to get this offense going with your 2, 3, 4 coming up next inning. Come on, Brazzy, let's go. Yeah, pitchers, I agree with you, man. 100% agree.
He's a guy who sometimes has confidence issues, and when the walks pile up,
Damn.
He's aware that he's off the bat, and he's looking for the ball. But
nice. There we go. Come on. Now, here, guys, I'm going to ask you a question. Obviously, top of the order is coming up. You got 1 out. If Dominguez gets out, do you walk Aaron Judge? With 2 out, nobody on, you try to go after him with nobody on? Or do you walk him and let somebody else beat you?
3-home run game earlier this season. He's only hit 8 home runs this year. 5
Come on.
in 2 games.
He's red hot now.
Can't walk him.
Cutter. 2 balls and no strikes.
Got to go after him.
Austin Warren worked an inning and 2/3 in relief. He gave up Dominguez a second home run. That's the difference in the game.
Dominguez has had a couple of 4-hit games in the last 2 weeks. 2 home runs.
Can't walk him.
He is on fire. If you're going to get him out, pitch him in, tie him up. He's got great coverage, as we know already today. Outside.
4 pitch walks. Dominguez for 1 out.
Jesus Christ.
Most of the songs just
Like, why? Like, oh my, I don't get it.
And then this one is in the same spot. Just about.
Wow. Like, can't walk Dominguez there.
There's a runner broken that sink.
We've also got 13 stolen bases on first base and Dominguez. Only caught once.
Run the judge at the plate.
I would not. Probably not, but still you cannot forget about him. Yeah, I would not. When you get to 2 outs, you could run. If they're not able to retire a judge, you could go with Bellinger.
Well, at this point, you can't walk him because you're going to put a runner in scoring position with 1 out. So you got to go after him. Stupid walk.
Slowly, because we didn't see it.
The right kind of his front hip. Ball was fine before he moves.
On strike, the judge from Bellinger on deck. Change up down and in. 2 balls and strike.
Judge has become so much more selective as he's not aged, become a veteran. Much better knowledge of the strike zone.
He still strikes out a lot. He's had 98 times this year. One today.
Slider outside.
2-2 for Browse-Devon.
Got him. Nice pitch. Good slider. Change up. I'll take it. Come on, one more. Good pitch. That's a big boy pitch right there.
Good changeup that he starts in the strike zone. That's
Woo.
the key. Browse-Devon's
Come on.
throwing that changeup that starts down out of the strike zone. It's not as competitive as his beautiful changeup here.
Bellinger has hit 2 bullets the last time. Well, one into the second deck at right field and one that Soto caught at right field. He gets the first with 2 down. More likely to run in this spot. Does not have a big lead. Browse-Devon checks in on.
This was in the 4th inning, and he got a cut right in his wheelhouse.
There goes Dominguez. The throw by Torres. Skips to the center field. Dominguez will stay put in second base. 14th stolen base of the year for Dominguez.
Nice little feet first.
Oh, you might have got him too if you got it.
I'll tell you what, if Lindor makes the play,
All right, you got to be careful with Bellinger here.
What he did last night, but the ball
He's going to be looking fastball, but you got to get it on the outside corner.
He's got great speed. It's out of the goal.
Come on.
People saying he's now 14 out of 15. He's 20 out of 21 in his career.
Browse-Devon behind on Bellinger, 3-0. Stanton on deck. And Bellinger takes a strike.
Yeah, I mean, if you're trying to walk Bellinger to get the Stanton, I get it. But you make a mistake to stand inside, he's going to kill it. But he is more of a strikeout guy for sure. Nice pitch. That changeup. You know what? I throw that same changeup again. If he hits it, you tip your cap.
Let's see that very much. 3-2. Here's from some of the reactions from the plate that's a little hard to see right now.
Take those first 2 at bats, right? 3 at bats in the game. This is his 4th. Under certain conditions and new conditions now.
Good pitch. Woohoo! That changeup. There we go. Come on, guys. Let's go. Yeah. Again, I'm probably behind because I'm streaming. So, if you guys are lucky enough to be in New York, getting the right feed, it's there you go. So that was a great job by Bellinger. Brazaban there, striking out Judge, striking out Bellinger, and he was 3-0 to Bellinger. So that was a great job coming back. And yeah, you know what? I wasn't shocked if they were trying to pitch carefully to Bellinger to get the stand because he's more of a strikeout guy, and you can get Stanton out more than Bellinger in certain ways to pitch. But yeah. Oh, Patrick's. Oh, I'm glad you got the better feed. I don't know what the hell's going on here, but that's all right. Is what it is. All right, guys. So bottom of the 7th, Mets still in this ball game, losing 5-4. Couple of hits, but couple of walks. But let's go. We got 2, 3, 4 coming up. Lindor, Soto, Alonso. Let's go. Okay, so you are streaming it. Yeah, so it must be the stream. Yeah, I wish I could relax. There's no such thing as a Mets fan. Again, this would be a huge win for the Mets if they can pull out a win like this. So once again, guys, I set the post game for 7:00. Obviously, I mean, depending on what happens here in the next 3 innings, this game's going rather quickly. It's might be done by 6, but the post game will be probably around 6:45 or so. I'll change up the time, but just to give me a little bit of time of getting the post game backgrounds ready and all that stuff. I agree with that. I wonder if they're going to keep Tim Hill in the ball game, knowing that it's Lindor going to the right side, Lindor with Soto, and then we'll see. He already pitched 3 batters, so he can take him out. All right, guys. Bottom of the 7th, 5-4 Yankees, 9 hits for Mets, 7 hits for the Yankees. Here we go. Bottom of the 7th.
Happy 4th to everybody.
Come on.
49 years.
I honestly think this is the inning here for the Mets. If they don't get nothing done here, I'm not very confident they will. The rest of the last 2 innings.
It is July 4th, which means it was 40 years ago tonight, right, that you guys played the craziest July 4th game in history in Atlanta.
He ended his cycle, and I got 3 outs.
All right, guys, I'm going to mute it for a second because obviously my girl song. All right, here we go, guys. Come on. Damn it. I don't like going after the first pitch there. All right, Juan, come on. Got that solo home run in you? Oh, he's a triple away from the cycle.
Well, Juan Soto's never had a cycle. Not a double and a single today.
That Soto the other day on the balls released, I think it was.
Certainly the last batter for Bill was Alonso. Weaver was up with the Yankee bullpen.
This is not an easy mark for any left-hand batter. Sidearmer like this. Let's see what Juan does.
Oh, he missed that pitch. Oh. Well, he was on that. He didn't get fooled by that.
Teammates in San Diego for a short period of time. The Yankees.
use on the warning track. It is a balloon. It is balloon. Scott Ambrose up as well as Weaver. So Jim fouls off. Marcus Stroman with 5.317 hits. He and Hamilton give another run.
Come on.
Hill. It's 2 not. There's 2 strikes. That's all he throws is fastball. I didn't see him throw a slider yet or a swerve.
Just missed it. Ah. Just got under that one.
That's the second out.
Just got under that. The one ball that didn't carry to left field.
No.
All right, Boone's gonna make the move to bring in a righty against Alonso. Oh, he just missed that pitch. Just missed it. Damn. 2 outs, bottom of 7th, 5-4 Yankees. Pitch and change happened for the Yankees. Bringing in, I guess, Luke Weaver, I'm assuming. Yep. Bringing in Luke Weaver to get Alonso. And I'm assuming Luke Weaver will probably pitch the 8th. Hey, Paul, how you doing? He just missed that pitch. Just got under it just enough. The ball's been traveling all game to left center and left field. They didn't have enough behind that one. Once again, guys, thank you for tuning in to the Mets Watch Party here on the 4th of July. Mets-Yankees Subway Series Game 1. Have consistently had between 65 and 75 people in the chat. I do appreciate that. If you're watching on X, Twitch, YouTube, doesn't matter. I appreciate that. But Mets got a couple more at-bats here. Got, 7 more outs here to work with. You know, you kept the Yankees to 5 runs. To be quite honest with you guys, I thought it was going to be a lot more than that. You just hope that the Mets find a way to score some more runs here. Look, the pitching kept this team in the ball game. Let's be honest. Like, Austin Warren kind of was like, I mean, he gave up that home run, but that, it is what it is. He didn't give up nothing else after that. So just get the job done. Find a way to win this ball game. The Yankees are kind of handing this to you, to be quite honest with you. They should have been dominating this game offensively, and they really haven't. They haven't really hit a lot of hits together to score runs. It's been all home runs. So, you keep the ball in the ballpark, they're not going to score runs. Let's be honest about that. All right, so Pete Alonso coming up with nobody on. Mets down by a run. Luke Weaver in the ball game. Pete Alonso coming to the plate. Bottom of the 7th, guys. Here we go. Come on, Pete.
Basically, Luke Weaver is going to apply them this year.
Finished the season last year as the closer for the Yankees. He's a guy that's going to throw elevated.
Luke Weaver gave up a huge home run yesterday to George Springer.
Really, that combo that putting out of pitches from Weaver.
Luke Weaver has a tendency, as of late, to leave that fastball over the plate. Pete's got to jump on that.
The warning track in center field in the 5th. He's had some good swings today. It's Stroman now facing Weaver. 2 out and nobody on. Ball will outside for ball 1.
And shadows now are the advantage for the pitcher. Balls will come out of the white and dip into those shadows real quick.
Come on, Pete. Oh,
Jennings called
come
the
on.
outside corner. It's 1-1. Large strike zone for Mike Estabrook goes to the dead. Not too far away, 2-1.
And keeping the ball away from Pete.
Weaver was closing games with Devin Williams, lost the job earlier this year. Williams back in the closing role. He's did very well the last month. Weaver on here in the 7th. Fastball that missed. And now it's 3-1.
On the strike yet. Although it's 3-1.
Well, Pete's got 50.
You know, he might try to walk around Pete to get to McNeil.
3-1 advantage.
All right, Pete. Anything middle in?
And he takes a
Yep.
strike.
He's going to call that pitch. He's called it all day. He's called it all day.
A lot of upset with both dugouts today. I guess for the strike.
Well, it's just been rapid. That's why.
Come on, Pete.
It's confounding. 3-2 coming. And Pete
Nope.
takes slow ball forward from the changeup.
All right, come on. Come on, Jeff.
Goes down. So the Mets on the side, 1-4. Jeff McNeil coming up.
Interesting choice by Weaver. When the umpire's giving you a little off.
Come on, Jeff. You want to knock one out?
Just go after.
Reed Garrett warming up. The Mets are using all their bullets left in the bullpen. And I don't blame Mendy one bit. Come on, Jeff.
McNeil was 0-2 and for him by pitch today. 0-3 in his career against Weaver. Alonso, the runner, was first, carried the time, 1 with 2 out. He'll chuck foul first pitch, change up, 0-1. Yankees led 2-0. Mets went up 3-2. Yankees took the lead in the 5th. Mets got one back in the 6th. He'll takes a change up below these. Ball straight.
Interesting, Ron, how you said when he was warming up that he likes to pitch upstairs. He's been down at this fastball to Pete and McNeil, which is, I think, into both the hitters' strengths.
Takes another changeup. That's 3 changeups in a row. From Weaver to McNeil.
All right, Pete. All right, Jeff. Come on.
Interesting.
Look for that fastball middle in. He's throwing 3 changeups in a row. Look for that fastball.
Perez would be next. He'll 8 home runs on the season.
That's a second step off.
Weaver came in with 2 out and nobody on. He walked Alonso. Now he's 2-1 on McNeil. Joe takes the fastball high. Now it's 3-1. Weaver, who generally does not walk many, struggling with his control, even after getting a generous strike call or 2 against Alonso.
Remember, all these relievers were hit extremely hard in Toronto during that 4-game series.
3-1 coming. And that's
Good
right down
pitch.
the middle strike. 3-2.
McNeil looking for a walk there. That's a strike. It's a good pitch. It's not a pitch, unless you're looking for something low like that.
Behind Alonso.
All right, Jeff, come on. Protect the plate.
3-2 and 2 down.
Get out. Yeah, baby. Yeah. Let's go. All right, Jeff. Woo. Let's go. Beautiful. That's what I'm talking about. Big time, baby. Big time. Yes. That's what I'm talking about. All right, Jeff. Let's go. There we go, baby. Come on. Jeff McNeil, baby. Yes. Offense doing it. Oh, he was ready for that, baby. Come on. That was a bomb. Look at McNeil. He knew.
Number 9 for McNeil to put the Mets in front.
All right, Luis, come on. Keep it going.
Stay back on the changeup. Right
Woo.
into where he loves it. And he knew he got it.
There we go. Come on. Luke Weaver, 2 big home runs given up back-to-back games.
36 runs. A lot of both. So both these teams coming to the series have issues. Maybe different issues, but they both have issues.
This game's far from over. Let's come from behind twice already today to grab leads.
Come on.
Change down 1-2.
He knew it as soon as he hit it.
He just waved off that last pitch. Not sure why. Somebody must have filled time. But it's an 0-2 count. I know that this is a
McNeil, the Yankee killer.
but it's important for the Mets in their season to get some momentum back. The Reds goes down.
All right. So, strikeout for Torrens, but not before Jeff McNeil with a 2-run homer with 2 outs to give the Mets the lead going to the top of the 8th. Now, Reed Garrett's coming in, obviously. I'm not sure if Diaz is available, guys. We don't know that. Because, you got a couple of guys that you probably never heard of in this bullpen. But it's Reed Garrett. Let's hope that he has it because he's been struggling. What is it, 9-1-2 for the Yankees? Oh, sorry. Excuse me. It's 4-5-6. Stanton, Chisholm, Goldschmidt. Let's go. Let's go, guys. So, again, another big hit by the New York Mets. They've scored a bunch of runs in this game. The offense had to score runs in this ball game, and they have done that. And so far, the Mets kept, they can't keep the Yankees out of the ballpark, and that's got to be key here. Yeah, Benchies, at this point, listen, the Mets have done everything they can to win this ball game, right? You're going to have Garrett pitch the 8th. He hasn't pitched well. You hope he has a Stanek like Stanek had yesterday. That's what you hope, right? That's what you're hoping for. That Reed Garrett finds himself like Stanek did yesterday. And Diaz, 3 days in a row. I mean, to be quite honest, guys, I think if you get to the 9th inning with a lead, or even a tie ball game, let's say it's a tie ball game going to the 9th, you got to use Diaz. You worry about the extra innings, whatever happens, happens. But Diaz got to pitch in this game, either in a save situation or a tie ball game. You gotta pitch Diaz in this game. You gotta win this game. Your offense did their job. I'm sorry, the offense did their job today. They did exactly what they needed to do. They took the lead. They took the lead twice in this game. They came back both times. Now it's up to the pitching to hold it down. That's it. Very simple. Offense did their job today. They could have got a couple more runs on the board, but so could the Yankees. So let's get it done, guys. 6-5 Mets, top of the 8th. Well, Christopher, yeah, I don't think it's chess play anymore. I think it's Garrett, and I think Diaz has to come into this ball game. Now, unless Diaz doesn't feel right, other than that, I don't see no reason why Diaz can't pitch tonight. But let's get it done. Game's not over yet, guys. A lot of ball game to play. But listen, guys, they got 4-5-6. The Mets can end this ball game without the top of the order coming back up for the Yankees. You got to avoid the top of the order coming back for the Yankees. Let's see. Top of the 8, 6-5 Mets. 10 hits for the Mets, 7 hits for the Yankees. Let's see. Here we go. All right, Reed, come on. Be smart here.
At some point when you're a reliever, though, you have to be able to forget about those kinds of appearances. And he's had a couple in his last 5.
Last one against the Brewers, the day game on Wednesday. Give up a grand slam to Joey Ortiz.
Keep everything away from Stanton.
He threw way too many sliders that appearance.
Good pitch.
Second quarter to Stanton.
Keep it outside. If he hits the ball over the right field wall, you tip your cap. Don't throw anything inside. That's the only way you're going to get beat here. There you go. Wasn't a great slider, but he kept it away. Come on. There you go.
But the bats aren't well aware of that. And I think he's fine for the next 6 innings out. They don't have to face Judge again in this game. No doubt.
Come on, Reed. Be smart here.
How do you get to the end? Chisholm was 1 for 3.
Be careful first pitch.
Now, Richard
All right, come on.
the left-hander, is up in the bench bullpen now. Remember that Ryan Stanek and Edwin Diaz have each worked back-to-back days. Diaz got 4 outs on Wednesday and 3 outs yesterday.
I'm assuming Love Lady. I don't know who he's going to. I don't know.
The question is, Garrett's pitching the 8th. Who's pitching the 9th? Serving the bench that will hold the lead. So now after this gets back to the minor leagues, it's up in the Yankee game.
Shit.
Split it stayed up. Chisholm has his second hit of the day. Chisholm swung back well today.
All right, come on.
And there's that. Just didn't get it.
Double play opportunity here with Goldschmidt up. And this inning. Sorry, guys. The stream kind of cut off again. It should come back on just now. Come on, Reed. Nice double play ball to end this inning. Let's give it a second, guys. It cuts off, and then it'll come back on. Ever since I moved down south, it's been cutting out like that. It's annoying. All right, it's coming back on, right? No. Well, Chris, guys that might not be available. Like, I just don't know what to tell you. Like, this is what they're working with. Oh, that's a pop-up. Should be quick 2 outs. There we go. Good job. Come on, Reed. One more, baby.
0.73 ERA. Beginning of June.
All right, so they're pinch hitting Ben Rice here for Escara. So, again, home run guy. They're looking for a home run ball here. Again, guys, the Yankees haven't put up base hits together here to drive in runs. It's been all home runs here. I know the Mets have hit home runs, but they had a lot more hits here that they needed. So, again, Ben Rice is in this game to hit a ball over the wall. Now, this is what I'm thinking. Would you leave Reed Garrett there, or would you put Lovelady in the game? Lefty. That's the thing, and he's going to leave him in there. I agree with it. I don't want the lefty. I don't want Lovelady in. He's a home run guy. If Reed Garrett gives up something here, what are you going to do? I agree. All right, guys. I'm gonna turn it off and turn it back on for 1 second. The volume just sucks. I gotta change the volume up here. It does this from time to time with the volume as well. Another thing that annoys me. All right, so keeping Reed Garrett in here.
Rice takes splitter long way. It's 2-1. I think he just tried to distract Garrett there.
It's another guy. You got to be careful middle in. He will yank that ball down the right field line.
2-1 to Ben Rice.
Come on.
This is Ben with 3-1. The ball being right here in Rod Deck.
Good pitch. Come on.
3-2.
Come on. Throw a fastball outside corner.
He loves the breaking ball. It can hit velocity, but not in on his hands. He wants to be extended. That pitch he threw at his hip to come back over the plate, that would be a good pitch.
Chisholm runs 3-2.
Yes. All right, Reed. Good job, baby. Ooh, Thank God the wind didn't blow out that ball. All right, we got out of the 8th inning. We survived. Yes. The survival of the fittest in this game, I tell you guys. Both teams are struggling with bullpen, man. I tell you. Bottom of the 8th. Well, listen, guys. Here's what I gotta say. You got Beatty, Mauricio, Taylor. 7, 8, 9. We need insurance runs here. Right? I don't know who's coming in the 9th. No idea. We'll find out very quickly who's warming up. JD, God no, I'm not in Philly. I used to be in New York. I left about a year and a half ago. I'm in North Carolina. Committee, I don't think that's happening. I think you're gonna see somebody that you don't want to see, to be quite honest with you. No, I don't think Reed Garrett's gonna come out for the 9th. I don't know. I don't know. To be honest, I'm not really sure what would happen there. But again, I think Diaz should come out. Look, I'd rather lose the game with Diaz on the mound. Right? You do have the bottom of the 9th if things go crazy. If they tie the ball game, you got the 9th inning to win it. Worst case scenario. You got to avoid trying to get the extra innings here. Like you can't be playing games. Oh yeah, JD is definitely night and day. How do I like it? I like the weather. It's calmer, but I hate not going to CitiField. I'm not gonna lie. Like I known my old coworkers for 15 years. I worked with a lot of the same guys who used to play basketball, handball all the time, go out to eat, all that stuff. It's not the same here. Like, everybody's like family interested here and just, in their own space here. So, I do have some good coworkers. A lot of my coworkers, which is interesting, a lot of my coworkers are Met fans that are where I work. So, which is interesting. They're a lot of them from New York, New Jersey. So, I do have a lot of Met fans, new coworkers, which is cool, but oh, JD, there's so many different Northeast people here. It's not even funny anymore. Like it's not even existing. Like it's more noticeable when people have the Southern accent. To be honest, like when you hear it, you're like, whoa, yeah, JD, there's a lot of New Yorkers here. You'd be surprised. All you gotta do is look at the cars parked around the way here. A lot of them New York plates, and a lot of people I know from New York. So, all right, guys, bottom of the 8, 6-5 Mets. See if the Mets can get an insurance run. 7, 8, 9. Beatty, Mauricio, Taylor. North Texas. We're in North Texas. I'm assuming north of Dallas, north of Fort Worth. Scott Efros in the game for the Yankees. 7, 8, 9 for the Mets. 6-5 Mets. Here we go. Once again, guys, hit on that like button, guys, and subscribe to the channel if you're not a subscriber. All right, Brett.
He leads off against their boss at the bottom of the 8th as the Mets look for some insurance.
Tried it. The key is, are they going to show the bullpen? Who is warming up in the bullpen? Or is it going to be Reed Garrett? It's going to be very interesting. Okay.
Andy Mauricio and Tyrone Taylor.
Well, when I went to Houston on opening day, there was a lot. Oh, Love Lady is warming up.
Garrett's going to be asked to finish this game.
Yes.
So it looks like Garrett's going to get the 9th, and Love Lady is just going to be there for pure help.
It'd be nice if the Mets could tack on a couple insurance runs.
Run it out! Run it out! Run it out! Damn.
Garrett came off after getting the third out. He got a pump up and an exclamation. And he's going back out. It's like, this is what we're going to do. Okay, that's a great inning. But we need you today.
All right, so I love that from Mendoza.
Yeah, close it.
All right, Luis, I love it.
LeMahieu and Vegas are due up. Whenever it gets on, Judge. They'll get him.
I love it when Mendoza goes up to me. Hey, we need you. Get it done. Come on, guys. Let's get another run here, please.
1 for 3. City probable tomorrow. Frankie Montas against Carlos Rodon. Sunday, somebody against Max Fried. Brandon Waddell.
JD, I don't know. Again, he did throw, I think, like 30, 40 pitches in the last 2 days, I think. So I don't know.
There's 2 minutes once this season. A 13-inning game against the Dodgers. Back to a break.
MDOT, my plan was to go to Florida, but work-wise, where I had it to go, I didn't like where I wanted to go there, so I had to choose where I had family. So that's what I did. Oh, get out! Ah, he just missed it. He got under it. Ah, damn.
So the last time that he pitched multiple innings in the game, we saw him pace it.
Come on.
There's 2 ways to do it. There's pitchers that need to pace and just keep moving. There's energetic kind of people that can't sit down. There you go. And then there's sit on the bench, try to get into a zen-like place. Right?
You. Our Taylor's over 2 and 1 today. The Yankees 5 runs and 8 hits. The Mets 6 runs and 10 hits. There have been 7 home runs hit in this game. He's not sitting down at all.
It's hard. The B-52s was just playing.
Dance this mess around.
It's not after all. It's not a run thrower. It never has been.
Well, JD, I'm like 3 hours away from Charlotte. I'm near Raleigh. All right. Good eye.
Jeff Shaw. Good call. They're about 90.
But his strength was always he would take the ball any time.
2-2 coming.
Ouch. Good at bat by Taylor. Taylor's trying to get Nimmo up. That would be great.
I don't know about the hitters, but I'm having trouble seeing.
Yeah,
It's not good shadows.
It's an interesting shadow. This thin little blade going across halfway between home and the pitcher.
7th pitch of the at-bat to Taylor. And he reaches for the slider, strikes out throughout the air.
Well,
works a 1-2-3 if they dare go out there.
All right, guys. So it's 7-8-9-1 for the Yankees. It's Volpe. Hold on, I forgot. It's Volpe, LeMahieu, Dominguez. 8-9-1. Here we go. All right, guys. So we're about top of the ninth, 6-5 Mets. I guess Diaz is not available. Ree Garrett's coming out for the ninth for his second inning, and Lovelady is in the bullpen just in case. Well, comes down to this, guys. Comes down which bullpen is going to survive. That's what it's going to come down to. All right. Well, how you guys feeling? You feeling good on this 4th of July? Hopefully you guys are feeling good and enjoying. Hopefully you enjoyed your 4th so far. Christopher, Ree Garrett's coming out for the ninth. So he's pitching his second inning. And I don't think, again, Diaz is not available for whatever reason. Again, we don't know how Diaz feels. Remember, he hasn't pitched a lot and pitched back-to-back days. I think he pitched 40-something pitches. So, again, I would tell him to suck it up. But, again, if Diaz don't feel comfortable, you don't want to get him hurt either. So, look, you got one of your high-leverage guys. Get it done. That's it. All right, Trent Grisham is pinch hitting for Volpe. Wow. Huh. That is wow. They are pinch hitting for Volpe with Trent Grissom. I guess that kind of makes sense. Like, Volpe has been really struggling, so that's an interesting call. So Trent Grissom is the pinch hitter for Volpe. Bottom of the top of the ninth, 6-5 Mets. Reed Garrett on the mound. Boone's clearly looking for the home run ball here.
Probably sights set on about was racing in the dugout, set on getting Volpe out. Now changing plans.
Maybe want that Jason to make it. Judge do a four at the end.
I always feel like Christian is a guy that wants to pull. So down and away is your friend.
He's got 16 home runs this year, 831 OPS. He's had a fine year. Here we go, 9th inning, 6-5 Mets. It's who's that by the way, ball one.
All right, come on.
Justin Hagan that started for the Mets, went 4 1/3, allowed 4 runs, 5 hits. Austin Warren, an inning and 2/3, 1 run, 2 hits. Oscar Braziman, a hit in the 7th. Garrett came on, worked around a hit in the 8th, and now trying to finish it out. For the pitching short Mets, the extra service from Garrett today required to try and lock this down.
Come on, Reed.
The lead of the 7th on McNeil's home run. Garrett looking for a 6-out save. Bishop takes a slider that just missed away. 2-1. Bishop got a home run yesterday against Chris Bassett of the Blue Jays. Lights went the left. It was right there.
All right, that's one. All right.
Kept the ball away. With an ugly mark for Reed Garrett. He could change the entire equation for himself and his team and get these next 2 out.
1 out, 6-5 Mets, top of the ninth. DJ LeMahieu up. JD, it's cool. No worries. I know I'm behind. Be careful with LeMahieu trying to flick it to the outfield to the right side. That's what he's trying to do. Ah, come on. Don't walk him.
There he is, looming large. He's large even when he's not looming.
Careful with this pitch.
Was a strike to the cutter. When you know the promise that Joe's is going over the permutations in his mind, because more and more managers have been walking Judge when he comes up in big spots. And he will be thinking about that as the inning progresses. 2-1 coming. That's too high.
Come on.
That's 3-1.
Now, take a pitch. You never see that anymore. Even for a veteran, LeMahieu probably was doing it on his own. If he has power, LeMahieu, it'll be to the right side, right field.
2 home runs this year. One of those 2 came against the Mets at Yankee Stadium. 3-1 from Garrett. Right down the middle. 3-2.
It's almost the equivalent of a guy looking for a walk up to 2 strikes. And now we're going to hit it.
Inside batting champion at the plate at 36 years old. Garrett's gone to 3-2.
Got him. Yeah. All right, Jeff. What a play. Knew he had time. What a play, Jeff. One more, baby. What a play. He knew he had time. Come on, one more, baby.
Could be the game saver. That is just a fabulous play.
Jeff McNeil having a game, man. All right, let's go.
work. Again, Moses runs left-handed. He is both up to left field. Judge on deck. 2 out, nobody out.
Nice pitch. Come on.
Strike.
That should be the combination. Cutter in on his hands and the splitter out of the strike zone.
You're almost leering to throw it away because he's gone deep the opposite field on pitches away.
Oh, come on.
Right.
Oh.
Clear 2-8 save last year in Miami. And one of the thing is,
Oh, yeah.
You really have to go after Dominguez here with Judge on deck. Really good. Cutter in on his hands is the pitch. Ball away doesn't work today.
3-1.
Yeah. There we go. Put it in the books. Mets win 6-5. Jeff McNeil with the game-winning two-run home run in the bottom of the 7th to give the Mets the lead, and Reed Garrett with a 2-inning save. And the Mets pull out the battle of the bullpens in game 1, 6-5. What a game by the New York Mets, stealing this game from the New York Yankees. Let's be honest, guys. The Yankees just lost their 5th straight. And I tell you guys, this was a hell of a victory by the New York Mets. This was a whole team effort, let's be honest. You know, Soto got it going. Alonso did his job. McNeil with the big 2-run homer in the 7th. And Reed Garrett with the 2-inning save. Now, wow. Ghost, I got rid of him. You kidding me? I ain't wasting my time with that. All right, guys. So the New York Mets beat the Yankees 6-5 in dramatic fashion. And the New York Mets go to 51-38. And 13 games over 500. And a half a game out of first place once again. That was a hell of a game, guys. I'm extremely proud of this team. That was a huge win right there. I mean, yeah, 3-0 since the lineup changed. This is a situation where we were talking about, you know, the Yankees have the advantage in this series. You know, this was a hell of a game for the New York Mets. Hageman held it down, kept the game where it was at. You know, he didn't out-pitch, quote-unquote, Stroman, but he was close enough. And, you know, you give credit to Austin Warren. He did give up that 2-run homer, but after that, he gave up nothing. Brazaban with a good inning, and then Reed Garrett in the 8th and 9th. Outstanding performance for a guy who struggled. Has over 11 ERA over the last 3 weeks and got the job done with a big fist pump from Reed Garrett, saving the game with the ground ball to McNeil, not getting Aaron Judge out. He challenged Dominguez on a 3-1 count and got it done, guys. Mets win 6-5. I will be doing a postgame in about 35 minutes or so to recap this game as a whole. So tune in about a half hour or so. Let's go Mets, guys. What a performance by the New York Mets here. This was a game that could have easily got away from them. It was the battle of the bullpens after the 5th. And the Mets bullpen prevailed over the Yankees bullpen. And once again, Luke Weaver gives up a big home run late in the ball game, back-to-back days. Yesterday in Toronto to George Springer, and today with the flying squirrel himself, Jeff McNeil, hitting a 2-run bomb in the Coca-Cola corner. The game-winning home run by Jeff McNeil, and a great defensive play to get that second out on LeMahieu. Who knows what would have happened there, even though Dominguez grounded out. So it possibly could have been a double play, but who cares? The battle of the bullpens for game 1 of the Subway Series. Mets win with a depleted bullpen. And what a great job by this entire team. This was the team effort today, guys. Offense did what they needed to do. The big boys stepped up. You know, don't forget Brett Beatty's home run to get us a run closer. What was that, in the 6th inning? And gets it done. So a great job, guys. Happy 4th of July to everybody. We'll be doing a post game in about a half hour or so. So Mets win 6-5. I will recap the game, talk about everything during the game. Thank you for watching the Mets watch party right here on the channel. Mets win 6-5, game 1 of the Subway Series at CitiField. And I'll see you in about a half hour, guys, for the post game. Let's go, Mets, guys.
Meet the Mets, meet the Mets. Step right up and greet the Mets. Bring your kids.